Hey family, it's Morgan the DM here. Just want to hit a quick note. There are some technical difficulties towards the end of this episode where there were some problems trying to get things going for a speaker for the there's a thing that's going to be added, some vocalizations and everything. I just wanted to give you a heads up that you're really not missing much. It's really just kind of a description of what's going on in the room. If you have questions, hit us up in the Discord, which there's an easier way to do it now. Go to the Instagram page, instagram.com/campaign concoctions pod, and there is a link there that'll get you access to all of the links to get us to Discord, Anchor, and all the podcasts. Hey, thanks for your time, y'all. I hope you enjoy this episode. Welcome to Campaigns and Concoctions, where we are a bunch of foolhardy souls who like to embrace our inner nerd while enjoying a tipple, telling tales using tabletop RPGs. Figured I thought, try something new. What do you guys think?
Good. Hey! I liked it.
Family, tell us what you think on the Discord. We'll get to that in a minute, but tell us what you think about the different ones. I am Morgan. I am the current Dungeon Master for the table. Thank you all for joining our expedition through cooperative storytelling. We'd love for you to join us in talking about cocktails, D&D, or just stuff in general. You can join the conversation at anchor.fm/campaign concoctions, where you can leave a voice message, or at Instagram, where you can find us at Campaign Concoctions Pod. It's all one word. Also on the Insta, there is a link to our Discord server. Right now, I think you have to copy and paste still, is that right, Nate?
Yeah.
But we're getting that fixed. We're working on it. But the Discord is growing all the time, and we'd love to see you there. We'll talk about drinks. We talk about minis. Just about anything D&D related. It is literally growing almost every day. So we're super excited. And before we start the game, we do have one scheduling issue. As you can hear the deliciousness being made in the background. For those of you who are following, who are listening to this, we are going to be having back-to-back weeks with episodes, as we are trying to schedule deconflict with Mother's Day. So you guys are generally hearing this a week after we play. So we're going to have back-to-back episodes, then we're going to be back to an every other week schedule from there. Not really affecting you, the listeners, but we did want to give you a heads up so when it pops into your feed, it's just more work for us, and that's okay because we love y'all almost as much as we love D&D. So, before we start, though, I want to double-check one last time. Anyone got one thing they want to share with the family? Didn't think so. So,
currently, our last two character profiles that we haven't seen yet, one of them will come up with the episode next week, is SOA and Sid. So everybody else is out at this point. Make sure to check them out and comment on your favorite of those.
No, you're good.
That's Nate telling me to do my homework on the podcast, just in case
Yes,
you're
Matt,
wondering.
Please. As we found out that internet shame works really well. Matt, do your homework. As we can say that, as I self-shamed last session, we do have the new letter of marque. So that was done. If someone wants to grab it, it's over there on the table.
We'll try to get a picture up on the Discord or Instagram.
We will.
Something.
We will. But we're gonna limit this for we had a lot of pre-cocktail or pre-game tasting of cocktails. We are our mixologists, Curtis and John, are really going above and beyond. So, but we're gonna limit this to 2 cocktails.
Why don't we do the Red Dragon first?
The Red Dragon's not done.
We're
We're perfecting it still.
All right,
I do think the Black Dragon was pretty fucking solid. So the Black Dragon was 2 ounces of Kraken rum, 3/4 ounce Chinar, 1/4 ounce of date syrup. I did 1 dash of Angostura aromatic bitters. Shook that up with ice in a shaker. Took a frozen rocks glass, gave it a couple sprays of aerosolized absinthe, poured it, no ice, double strained into the glass, and then I gave it a 1/2 ounce absinthe float on the top using a bar spoon, and that guy was garnished with some floating star anise pods, and then the Green Dragon I also think is pretty dang solid. 1.5 ounces of mezcal, 3/4 ounce of green chartreuse, a 1/2 ounce of Luxardo, 1/4 ounce of amaretto, and a 1/2 ounce of lime juice, fresh lime juice. Shook that up in a shaker and put that up in a frozen martini glass, double strained with a basil leaf and a frozen blackberry for the garnish.
They are delicious, family. Also remember that always check the Discord server I believe it's the concoctions channel. We'll get that corrected at some point.
Concoctions category.
There is a concoctions category, but there is a drinks category.
Session drink recipe cards.
There it is. There the recipe cards as well as the Instagram. If any of these sound appealing, and as we have come to find out, for those of us who are not good at making cocktails, i.e. Morgan, try them. Try drinks and find what you like. So, with that being said, we shall roll into this week's session. The last time we met our adventurers, our hearty adventurers, as it says in my notes, they explored an underground set of tunnels where they re-entered the free city of Haven. Upon entering the city, a plan was made over dinner. After a delicious meal of salad and other things, but the salad was the focus.
Mostly salad.
An information exchange with Hubert, not the bear or the poo.
I said his name was Winnie.
Yeah.
And just like that, this podcast is banned in China.
Right?
I'm okay with that. The harbor master, which brought payment and an extension of work for the group. A plan to seek out information in the library and the artifact collection was set in motion. So we will say that after the harbor master's meeting, the day was coming to an end. So the 6 of you would have gone down for the evening, which allowed you to level up and accept the hit points into the body. Oh, that's scrumptious. So, as we set up for the new day, what would the 6 of you like to do?
Shopping.
We need to go check in.
Sid's going to ask if I can find Patrice in the morning. I'm going to ask if she knows where I could shop for a diamond.
Also, you
My
would have
bad, I
been
didn't know
invited to
that.
stay at the harbor house.
I don't know why I said she.
Patrice.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh. Patrice definitely would have stayed at the harbor house. I'm gonna have to do some thinking about that. In the morning, if you are looking for Patrice, he's probably up before you. Probably, maybe not though, because you're also got this military background. Maybe you've got a 5 a.m. thing in your veins too.
No,
But
probably 6. She's retired.
Bad knees.
But Patrice would be available to for you to ask questions about where to go, and Morgan to tell me where that actually is.
So there is a cafeteria, or a canteen, we'll call it.
Okay.
It's generally only open for lunch, but since there are guests available, the chef is there. It's simple fare though. Pastries. The only thing that is it's really not great, but the coffee and the tea is really good. So that's probably where you would be.
Mm-hmm.
The chef would probably also know you and know to put out nuts and berries and maybe some honey and bread. Bread okay?
Bread's okay.
All right.
Bread's okay.
See, once I know, I'm gonna keep shaming you, dude. I am. I was listening to the last week's episode, and you made it a point for me not to shame you, so I'm gonna shame you.
Patrice, good morning. How did you sleep?
I didn't sleep a lot last night. I've never spent a night here. It's just, I don't know, it's hard to put into words. Good?
Good? Oh.
Yeah. I'll start with good.
That's great. Yeah, I guess I just taken to granted that I sleep where my head falls. Guess just what I'm used to.
I hear my words coming out of Jerry's mouth.
Anyway, would you like to
well
grab?
rested, but
would you,
I'm ready for the day.
Can I sit with you this morning?
Sure.
So Sid will place her pastry down. She grabs some pastries.
Can I get you two to make a quick perception check for me, please?
I'll roll your dice. Mine are hiding at the moment. Not one.
Perception doubled. 14.
Patrice, you're just distracted by being here.
Mm-hmm.
But with your sense, you get it's as you look around this canteen, it's fairly small. Maybe about the square footage of this apartment, so you can maybe fit about 15 people at the tables as they're set up. But the light is not artificial; it's natural light. And as you look up, you can see that there is a some form of mirror system that has been set up to draw this natural light into the room.
Man, look up. They sure spent some time designing this.
I'm sure it was a labor of love. He smiles. A little too big.
So what is your fascination with this place? What is it that you love so much about it?
Oh, well. This is Haven.
Haven. I mean, it's amazing, but I mean, I've seen other places as well that just, I guess it's a different flavor.
Roll an insight check for me, please, Sid.
That's not great. I believe that's a straight.
Nothing's changed on your concept of.
Find insight.
I'm pretty sure because I mean.
Oh my god! Yes, it's straight. 5.
Yeah, your first assumption's what you get.
So, things I have a feeling our next foray into the hole is going to be rather hairy. Need some equipment. Do you know where I could find jewels? Looking for like a fairly decent sized diamond.
Sorry, I was drinking the last two renditions side by side of the Red Dragon to see which one was better. And number 2 is actually better. I think number 2's got a little bit more heat on it.
I like number 3.
You like
But-
number 3? I mean,
Palettes, different palettes.
Yeah,
But
and that's
Yeah.
okay.
keep going.
Yeah.
Everybody started staring at me. I had to say something.
I heard a chuckle.
It got quiet and everybody stared.
The chuckle was dusted.
It was.
The chuckle was Dustin. I'm not going to bring up what he was chuckling about because I chuckled the same thing in my head.
So do you know where I could find a decently sized diamond?
Oh, yeah, of course. Let me think about it. That's going to be
Just like history.
12 history straight roll for me.
Yeah, that's fine. So that from where you had dinner last night, yeah, it's in my notes, but
The ogre and the...
and I can't remember the second because it's actually in my other campaign diary. Dumbass me wrote notes and that's where my other page is. It's in my Thursday night game diary. But there's there's like a 3-shop stretch there, Patrice, where there's the tourist restaurant. There's like a tourist place where you can buy baubles and stuff, but a lot of that is there is a fairly solid independent mining here in and around Haven. So a lot of those people, those groups that
rough stones.
So you get a lot of rough stones, but there's the jeweler there. While most of his sales go to the tourists, anyone that has any kind of actual jewelry needs will go to him. And then there's a couple other small stores right there. There's it's like those weird antique stores that are kind of like hodgepodges of whatever you can find. That's the third one.
Okay.
Something like that.
Well, do we have a name for this place?
Now, you know the person, which I will give you here in just a moment.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've got quite a bit.
Because I prepped everything, but I do what I normally do, and I forget to get NPCs. This one's actually, I wasn't ready for this NPC.
Totally my fault.
Yes, that's right.
So is there? I will sit and eat with Patrice. Is there anything else
That's
you
pretty
want
funny.
to discuss?
No, Patrice is good.
Okay.
We're in a holding pattern until we figure out about the name.
Yeah. Okay.
So Scallop wants to turn some of this rather sizable amount of liquid currency that he's got on him into less liquid forms of wealth.
Get you in just 2
No
seconds.
problem.
You are going to be speaking to Mario Henri.
Oh, that's a great
name. For any prospective GM DMs out there, fantasynamegenerators.com. Cannot recommend the website enough.
Sponsor us.
They don't sponsor themselves, so
Send us some of your sponsorship money.
so that's a good one. And then so that's where you'll be. So you won't be going. This one is really good. Roll an insight check for me, please, Patrice, and then I'm going to get to you.
Yeah, no problem.
After this.
Good.
I just figured I'd fill the silence for there.
I appreciate it.
It's gonna be a 17.
You know that the locals go to the back door.
Okay.
So anything that you would need, you would go there.
Okay.
Okay. So, Skjold,
Yes.
what is it that you would like to do with this liquid currency to turn it less liquid?
So, first of all, I don't know how high magic this world is. And I don't know how much Skeld. I mean, he's been
More than
around
his.
some magic items, right?
But that's a low bar.
In his time, I'm sure he's been around some magic items of some kind, but he's probably gonna look for a place.
You're familiar enough with Haven
Yeah.
that I need you to roll something.
Or you could ask us away.
Doesn't
I mean,
sound like Skull.
Arcana.
It's a possibility. It is a possibility.
Because if you're looking specifically for magic items, I need you to roll an Arcana check.
I think he's looking for a place that he thinks could have magic items on hand. Not that he's like, I'm going out to find magic items, but like...
So that would be an insight check.
Okay. Because I don't think he expects anybody to just have it.
Actually, that
is a dirty 20.
So actually, it's very common for some magic items are not hidden here.
So Insight, it's a dirty 20. Arcana, it's a 19. So you do with that information what you want.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about what I want to give you here.
Yeah. Totally valid.
Because of your time in port cities,
Yeah.
you would have recognized the Nine Brothers as well. You've never been in it, but you do recognize that it says import-export on it.
Okay.
You would also recognize that probably not here. There probably wouldn't be a lot of them here because...
I just sniffed cayenne pepper, so I'm sure we all know that. I'm about to sniff Chipotle, too.
It's not as bad as cayenne. It's not as bad as cayenne. It's not spicy.
Keep talking. I'm all ears.
But definitely not nose.
No.
It's not smelling anything for a week, but
I think I'm going to smell everything now.
You would have to... So if you wanted to get magical items here in Haven, you would need to coordinate with an importer of some kind.
Yeah.
And you would need to know exactly what you wanted.
Okay, so it's not like something that they're going to have on hand.
But that's a specificity here in Haven.
Gotcha.
Most other port cities, it's mostly because this isn't a center of trade. It's
Right.
it's a pass through.
Right. Okay,
You know.
I get you.
So most of the trade is super small.
Sure.
Lately, in the last 150 years or so, it's really catered towards kind of a tourist service
Yeah.
industry. Like we said last session, where they're gawking at those quote unquote beneath them.
Right. Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
And us.
Yeah.
In that case, like with that knowledge, he's not looking to go commission anything. He never knows how long he's going to spend somewhere, right? So what he's going to probably do is he's going to look for places where he can buy jewelry, and potentially, and this is if you'd allow it, like some kind of piece of armor that he could attach to his greatcoat.
So you would have seen there are 2 blacksmiths on the main strip that you would have seen.
Okay.
One is one actually holds the corner spot.
Yeah.
Where you turn from that kind of touristy main harbor area onto
Yeah.
that main frontage street that fronts the inlet.
Sure.
And then one is the only reason you see it is because it produces a massive amount of smoke.
Sure.
So, but that's actually in town. The one there in the harbor area is big. And holy fuck, you're turning red. Dude.
I know. I got chili powder inside of my nose. It's good. We're good. I'm living the dream.
Doesn't sound good.
You're fully awake now.
I'm very awake. I can't see, but I'm very awake. Okay, so
you because you have been here enough, you would have seen the sign. It's just it's an anvil.
Mm-hmm.
Is the pictograph on it, but underneath it would have said Lindor.
okay. So,
But it's huge. It's one of the largest buildings in town.
yeah.
And roll a history check for me real quick.
18.
You
I know for a fact I don't have a plus on. I'm like 99% sure I don't have
no,
a plus
because
on
we
that.
were talking shit about it in the first session.
Yeah,
how
I never go
the
proficient.
historians
No.
don't
Yeah.
have proficiency in history.
Never have proficiency.
No, but you would have known that you probably would have had shipmates that got work done here,
Okay, cool.
and
Awesome.
it's really high quality.
So I probably want to go there. And does he make any kind of like does she make any kind of jewelry?
No, she is predominantly
Just straight armor.
She does armor, shoeing. She actually can cast cannon, and shot.
Interesting.
Um,
Good info to have.
well,
Hold
with
on
an
a second.
18,
What's the name of the place again?
Lindor.
Like the chocolates.
It is her name. I was thinking more Frankie. I know Matt got that one. You watched Frankie get beamed in the face the other day. We have the gamut here, family. We have everyone who loves sports ball and everyone who gives a shit about sports ball, and everything in between.
Ah,
Out yet?
pretty close. I'll go blow my nose in a
He
second.
he ain't red in the face anymore.
No.
But when you were like, there's a couple of y'all that are pasty enough that like it doesn't matter. It could be black pepper. You're gonna turn red.
Yeah.
I would argue that, but no. It's
Pretty accurate.
Right.
As the brownest man at this table, who passes as white, yeah, it's a pretty good statement.
I'm learning to love my basicness as I get older, and yeah.
So I'm gonna go there.
Average.
Okay.
To talk to Lindor 1st, and then I would like to find a place that does some kind of jewelry. I'm not looking for delicate jewelries, right? I'm looking for, torques, stuff like that.
Okay.
If they happen to have some rings or earrings or stuff
So
like that,
so
then,
I guess
then
I think what
maybe,
we're gonna do
but
then is I'm gonna bounce around to each of you and see
Yeah.
what you guys want to do, and
Yeah.
then we'll go from there.
that works. And I'm gonna go blow my nose real quick.
But we'll have already gone there once by the time he wakes up.
Well, this is all happening as you two are having this conversation.
I want to go by studded leather armor.
Okay. Then you will probably be following.
I'll go with Skull.
You'll go with
It's
Skull.
It's that
And
simple.
I think I heard you guys say that you wanted to go check in.
Yep.
With the 9 brothers.
Do you think you can handle that by yourself, El? And I can start just pulling books out of the library that look of interest to what we're looking for?
Because that was going to be my next question when you guys wanted to do that kind of stuff. So,
Like, I will hang back to start looking through stuff, and because you can actually talk to the manager about what's going on, I'm not going to know crap all.
Yeah.
I will have one question for Hubert
okay.
about the Kenku population.
What do you ask? So the first person you're going to run into is going to be the human male who is at the desk.
Okay, I would talk to him too, just because
Okay.
I'm betting he knows where the records are faster than Hubert. I know how these.
Well, it depends on what you're looking for.
I'm just starting with anything that they would have on Kenku.
They don't keep
Stuff.
records of the population
Okay.
because it's totally against the kind of the ethos of the place. Like when they do an election, it's literally whoever's in town that day gets to vote.
Okay.
And then they don't keep any track of anything. There's no registry. It's literally a town crier who runs in and who's walking through town and says, "Vote today, vote today." Most people don't even vote, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But so they don't even keep records of when people have entered and if they've paid their tariff. That is it.
Okay.
And it's actually with good-hearted intentions, so they don't pay twice.
Fair. Then, yeah, Sark will just be going through the library, mostly looking for the same shapes as the writing on the door.
Make a quick nature. No, this was more of a trying to figure it out. Maybe a nature check to see if you understand anything about like groupings of people.
Valid. It is Sark. 13.
Generally speaking, if the more avian of the sentients are gonna coalesce into a single coherent group, it's generally gonna be some sort of lofted abode
Okay.
or a very airy mansion. So you know of the Kinku of Sayo, where they don't live in like tree houses or anything. They live, but the house itself that the family owns is very broad and airy. And most other iterations, they either live at very high stories or they have built like tree houses. So if you don't see a collection of those, then most likely Kinkus would be living just on the ground as normal.
Okay. And then, yeah, Sark will be going through the library looking for the same language that they found on the doors.
Okay.
Mostly using his forgery to know the
Okay.
same shapes of stuff. He's not going to try and read it. He's just
We're
gonna
gonna do this first,
Okay.
and then we will see where we're gonna go from there. Because we did also get another late start. But that happens. It happens. I need you to roll an investigation check for me, please.
Goody. Not goody. 10.
Okay. So you don't find any books that have any kind of matching script or anything, but you do find two that would be of interest to you as the group. You find the first one is Archaeology of Ruins of Unknown Providence.
Providence.
Yep.
I know I spelled it wrong, but that's fine.
And then Mists of the Past.
Okay.
It's mostly the things that, because you were so focused on trying to find texts that had the script that matched, you're not sure if you missed other books that are of import, but those are two that called out to you.
Okay.
So
that's all Sark is doing. Sark will let Elle go talk to the manager and that such for anything else.
okay.
Did you wake me up when you left for that, or did you?
I would have probably been in and out and had the conversation with you when you woke up, because I know it's not worth waking you up for a conversation at this point.
So let's do. You guys are probably it's gonna be you two are gonna be the group that's last because you guys are gonna need stuff and I need to pull up stuff here.
You're good.
L, as you head towards the Nine Brothers, and you enter in, you're still like only 2 days. This is 3 days in a row you've been here. So.
You might be the only person who, besides me, who truly enjoys that.
Oh, I like it.
Okay,
I
good.
like it.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, all right.
It's a
We're
little-
all
it's
a little
hot.
masochistic.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's a little stronger than the cayenne, but it's good.
It's a little, yeah. I probably didn't need as much cayenne. The cinnamon does good on the rim, so I mix cinnamon, chipotle, and cayenne together.
It's interesting.
So I think if I pulled back the cayenne,
I think
just a little bit,
there's too little in the bottom for me to really get the flavor
Yeah.
of the liquid of the cocktail.
the booze with it, yeah.
Oh, but you know what? That
That-
rim.
It's good, right?
With that
Oh,
rum,
with the rum.
Oh, with the rum, it's gonna be great.
I am currently going super snobby and drinking a finger of
It's really
Appleton Estates 12 year on the rocks, and it's amazing. But you walk in, and this is why I always try and keep as many notes as I
Elle
can.
walks in.
Elle walks in to see Edward, who is the receptionist there, the secretary. He doesn't even say anything. There is no one else in the waiting room. He just clicks the button, and the door opens. And there, that is good. Good meat. You see Lucille.
I'll just wave to him as I walk past and go back to see Lucille.
She is. Because even despite the main business that the manager's organization does, they are an operating import-export. So you watch her; she is actually going over the accounts and working everything. And she looks up, she hears the door open. Well, good to see that you've made it back. What can we do for you today?
We got the dossiers that we asked for, right? Okay.
That's what I gave you.
Yeah.
Characters trading information out of scene because it's faster.
In that case, I'll relay what we found for her to let the manager know of. Just we found tunnels underneath the
And then
the sewer sketch that we got was not sewers.
Okay.
It is very much not sewers. It is very much older.
Okay. And then you did learn some information about people, specifically Skull with his the fell-handed. Did you pass that on as well? Okay. Anything else you would like to pass on?
I want to specifically ask about the door, if I can. If I have to go around her to use the desk to ask directly.
Well, that's what she's about to ask. Is this how high of a priority is this? Is this something that needs nearly immediate response? Because there is a code that we use for that. I can get that. It's just we're still gonna be lunchtime, probably before we get a healthy response, especially if it requires any kind of research.
I don't know that it's that level of immediacy.
Well, that's if it was really bad, then we'd be. And she opens it up and she pulls out a sending stone. Because I always have immediate access. This I guarantee you, this is not this level. And she puts it back into her desk. That is its priority, but it's still like I would feel comfortable if this is regards to what, from my understanding, is you were sent here with a relatively high level of authority.
That's. I have a feeling it's gonna take some time to research, regardless.
Well, I will use my own discretion, and I will send it at that priority.
Okay.
So I'm assuming you just describe the magic,
door,
the
magic,
all that
everything
stuff.
I can remember about it, including the writing, with the sketch of the writing that I have,
Okay.
and what we translated or what Skald translated it into.
So I'm gonna have you roll for this, so I don't have to continue my shit rolls. I need you to roll D100 for me.
Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta keep those out.
I use them a lot. If you haven't,
No.
gathered. They're fun.
I agree.
That is a 9.
Okay. The fun part with me is you don't know if I'm going low or high.
Yep. You never know.
I think we had like 4 or 5 on Friday. D100 rolls. We had quite a few.
We had a couple.
All right, cool. So that's the easy stuff. So actually,
I'm gonna ask if there's stuff available in house.
what are you
A
looking
couple
for?
things.
This is Morgan asking you.
Some goggles of night, and preferably a pearl worth at least 100 gold.
She will have a pearl, which you get. This is the advantage of having an organization behind your back. You get it for free. Hey, you're the. I give you guys options for stuff.
This is
pure
the
for comedy
first
and it
character
works.
I've played with Morgan that I didn't build like a multinational organization for all the free goodies.
All of
It's
your.
weird.
You know what's funny
I don't
though?
know what I'm supposed to do.
All of your old international organizations do have offices here.
I know.
There is also a pet set of goggles of.
Now, I will specify that the goggles are for Sark,
So,
as I'm asking for them.
so you get the pearl and the goggles, which is good because those are
Dark
multiple
vision?
platinum, expensive.
Dark vision.
I think Sark.
Dark vision.
Sark's the only one.
Okay.
Without dark
Without
vision.
dark vision.
Yeah.
Now we all have dark vision. And you didn't even have to use an artificer thing on it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I have a feeling these goggles of dark are going to be spectacular here soon. as Dustin levels up as an artificer.
Right.
So I know it's quick, but because I need to prep some stuff for you guys.
Yeah.
We're going to take a really quick break, y'all family, and then
problem.
we will be back. Welcome back, everybody, to Campaigns and Concoctions, where Morgan doesn't always plan for what his party decides to do, but that's the life of being a dungeon master. Okay, so we're going to hit Scald and SOA next. As you walk in, you look in and you see a singular, very lithe elven woman pounding away at her anvil. She is in the medieval / fantasy version of Dickies in a sports bra, covered in sweat as she is just pounding away. I stumbled upon lesbian blacksmith TikTok, and it is wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but I'm glad I,
know
did.
how.
Right. We all know.
I actually don't know how. It's like I understand the TikTok of women who are not wearing very much, but lesbian blacksmith TikTok is.
It just pops up if you're in the LGBTQ group long
Especially
enough.
if you're there plus the Dungeons and Dragons
that,
wearing.
I think that's what it is.
It's a pretty natural
They
crossover.
got the algorithm.
That
Fine,
TikTok
too.
algorithm.
TikTok
is-
knows
it's
what
pretty
you
solid.
want to see more than you know what
Yeah,
you want to
it's
see.
accurate. TikTok sponsor us.
Please, actually, I'm okay with that. But she is pounding away. As you look, it's reminiscent of the initial blacksmith from Pirates of the Caribbean,
Nice.
where you
Yeah.
meet Orlando Bloom.
Yeah.
But less dark. It's very airy because it's a 2-story building, and the lower half, about a good 3/4 of it, is open to the elements.
Nice.
There's pillars.
Yeah.
And then you see the massive forge that is
Yeah.
there. You get the sense, and then as you kind of peek around, you see 3 gnomes working billows. We have a guest with us this week, guys, and it's a wonderful pup
Yeah.
who we have all missed very greatly.
He
So
got
if you-
mad because I stopped petting him after 5
So
minutes.
if you
Yeah,
hear a few
it'll happen.
yips, it happens.
He'll woof at you if you stop.
But you see 3 gnomes, definitely not of the size of your new gnomish companion, but they are all pumping billows to keep the forge going.
Cool.
You see swords, glaives, spears, pole arms. It looks like she specializes in longer reach weapons. So like the smallest
Sure.
thing you see is short swords.
Cool.
And you also see along the back wall glistening and glittering armor.
Gotcha.
And then you see like some small like decorative stuff, but it's all mostly made of metal and leather.
Sure.
So you'll see
Sure.
there you'll see some bracers,
Sure.
you know, a couple of pulled rooms, things like that.
Yeah.
Smaller individual stuff.
I'm gonna specifically start looking for like a medium weight shoulder pauldron.
Okay. So the majority of her stuff, as she does cater to sailors, is going to be of a lighter. It's going to be light armor stuff.
Yeah.
But she does have the occasional individual piece because people like you come through here.
Yeah.
So she would definitely have a couple of pieces. What kind of quality are you looking for?
I'd like pretty.
Everything's middling at the lowest end.
Okay.
So it's
so
middling
like
to high end stuff.
I'd like better than middling. You know, like I'd like some quality stuff. I don't need the best. It doesn't need to be ornate, right?
Are
like
you-
I'm not
and
looking
are-
for something flashy.
Are you looking for anything colored or subdued? Because you
I
can tell that for each piece she has,
Yeah.
she has 3 of the traditional like stainless.
Yeah.
So like a middle, a high, and like a premium.
Yeah.
And then she has like a darkened one of like colored steel that doesn't reflect the light as well.
Oh,
as
that'd be
much.
cool. Yeah.
And you have in the same 3. So
Yeah.
she tells you for a shoulder pladroon, probably since it's a piece. Player's handbook. Has anyone got one open real quick?
I can probably look it up in there.
I got it.
I did not think to look up armor prices. I should have.
I mean, what do you think? Like similar to like bracers or something like that, price wise?
Let's see here. So this would be kind of like the equivalent of like breastplate. So, but not at that price range. So we would look. So I was good on it. So for the middling, for a shoulder pladroon would be like 5, 15, 30. For middle, medium, of gold.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, 5, 15 for, and then 10, 20, and 35
Gotcha.
for the subdued.
Okay. And then I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna ask her if she can attach it to my greatcoat, so that I can don and doff it with my greatcoat. Like I want to leave my greatcoat here with her.
Yeah, she
and
can.
have her affix it to my
What type
greatcoat.
of priority are you looking to get?
I'd like it in the next day or two.
So for
I mean, tomorrow would be great. You've already made the pauldron.
she can get it to you tonight for an additional 3 gold. Tomorrow would be just because it's just attaching it to your cloak.
Yeah.
Tomorrow would be normal time.
Okay.
So it's kind of low end.
And how much did we say for the second of the subdued?
20.
20.
So it'd be 23 total.
We'll do 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's if we're gonna let's just go on the theme of fun movies that I enjoy.
Yeah.
The awesome armor from Knight's Tale that Our Lady makes. She's my favorite character. I love the blacksmith.
Yeah, no,
Katie.
she's
Yeah, I see. Oh, that's dope, dude. That's dope.
There's not really a bad character in that.
Well, and it's good actors.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that movie so much.
Chaucer might be my favorite.
Chaucer.
Well, and
Bettany's pretty great.
Alan Tudyk as Chaucer.
It's
Bettany.
It's
It's
Bettany.
Bettany.
The- the
Alan
be-
Tudyk playing off of Paul Bettany.
The
Right, yeah.
best part of that
Well,
movie is historically there is a good chunk of time where we can't account for Chaucer's movements.
Oh, I know.
And they fit it in there
Yeah,
beautifully,
yeah.
right? So it's like there's no way that movie's like 100% historically accurate, but like
Yeah,
they
not even
wrote
close.
that shit
But that
for
was
us,
fun. Yeah,
for
yeah.
us history
For
nerds,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So so there you go.
Does she also have like good, like medium weight gauntlets or bracers?
It depends on what you're looking for. Most of her stuff is either leather with some filigree worked in or really heavy bracers.
Gotcha. So
Because she found that her customers either are going decorative,
right,
or they're actually
going white.
They're using it for actual, instead of shields, they're using it for blocking. So
that's exactly what the idea is.
So,
and even if it's just the one gauntlet for so I want the pauldron attached to the left side, and I'm kind of looking for like a gauntlet that's got a good piece of steel on the back of it and on the back of the hand and maybe on the first knuckle of the fingers.
Oh,
you're
looking
looking
a full piece.
Yeah, so a leather gauntlet that's got like a good big plate on the back of the forearm, and then a plate on the back of the hand, and kind of
she probably wouldn't have a full
just
piece.
plates.
She probably wouldn't have a full piece that goes knuckle to elbow. Mm-hmm. She would have one that goes wrist to elbow.
Gotcha.
It's just the nature of it's.
Yeah, no,
you know
it's
how
fine.
it is.
Yeah.
She tells you that she could manufacture one.
Yeah.
But it's probably not. She recognizes your type. She may not recognize you, but probably not in the time scale you're looking for. But she shows you the bracers and the pieces. There is one that, and you could tell that she's quite proud of it. So on the exterior where you wear it, it is it's leather, but worked into the leather is quite a bit of steel.
Gotcha.
That forms a kind of actually, you would love this. This is why your stuff is great for me, because as a octopus dude, right?
Right, yeah.
It's tentacles.
Nice. Very
right?
nice.
So,
and what is it? Just worked leather, or
it's leather, but you can tell that there's enough steel here that this would, or metal here, that it would act as just if it had been a full piece of metal that had been on it.
How much is that guy?
That one's gonna be probably. That one's gonna be pricey because of the filigree work.
Yeah.
But because it is leather, I think we're gonna go with probably 65 gold.
All right, that's out of the price range. That's just out of the price range.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I definitely am standing there just with my hand, my fingertips, just the lightest touch of my fingertips.
We are now at 50% of the group that are at the caressing point of different things.
Yeah. He's just Scald's just you are truly an artist. This is amazing work, and should I have the opportunity, I'll be back for this for sure.
How long are you here for?
I don't know. I don't honestly know. I imagine at least a little while.
I can put it in the back for about a week.
Well, what if you did something similar to this? Similar art, right? In these muted colors, the muted steel, similar to the pauldron. But what I was looking for, the full gauntlet, that's a leather gauntlet with just the steel on the back of the arm, the hand, and the first knuckle of each finger.
If you'd be willing to wait for a week,
mm-hmm.
and I'd 85.
All right.
Because of the process of the darkening of the metal is a little bit pricier. So if you're
the darkness comes at a cost.
It does. It does indeed. It's too bad Patrice wasn't there to say that out loud. Because Scald would have been so into it.
As they're actually probably walking
past you guys. Right past us. No idea.
You hear something like that floating, and then you look, you're like, oh.
Yeah. All right. When do I need to pay you for it? And how much would that cost me?
Well, you've intrigued me, so I'm going to make it anyways. So, if you want to reserve it, we'll say 10 gold now.
Done.
So, total of 33. And then the remainder on exchange.
Sounds good to me. And she doesn't have any torques or anything like that laying around by any chance. Wrist torques, neck torques.
That's not really her thing.
Cool. I'm gonna ask her. You know where I can find somebody who makes, preferably steel, but gold or silver torques would work as well.
Your best bet is going to go see Mario Henri.
Mario Henry.
You're probably gonna have no luck. It's not really his forte. He's more of a jeweler
Sure.
that focuses in gemstones and chain.
Okay.
But
You're with me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went along. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
and then
I'm just looking at armor while you're having this conversation.
What's the name of Mario's shop?
God damn it, I didn't come up with that either.
Sorry.
No, I should have because they've already asked me.
The shiny bottle.
No. That's too touristy, dude.
But like
Right?
it's supposed
Yeah.
to be a tourist trap,
I
right?
know, I can't do it.
Okay.
It's a good name, dude. Don't get me wrong. It's a great name.
My first thought is all that glitters.
I like that one though. I think
super
that's the
hard.
name.
I hate both of them.
I think that's the name.
More serious? name?
Shiny booty, glittering booty,
Glittering Baubles.
glittering baubles.
Bobble's pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll go with Glittering Baubles. And you know that Mario, when he decided on it, he did the same thing I did.
He was like,
goes,
this is a good name, but I hate it.
I hate
All the
it.
tourists are gonna come in, but I hate it.
And them.
Yeah, right?
You know it was his significant other that was like, you should call the shop this.
Uh-huh. And he's like,
No.
you're right. And I'm mad about it.
Okay.
All right.
So,
I'm gonna drop 33 gold on her. And leave my coat with her. So
Yes.
that she can affix my my pauldron to it.
so for you, SOA, there is a collection of everything from padded leather all the way up to half plate.
I'm looking for studded leather specifically.
So there's studded leather, but there's also a couple of really unique pieces that are standing next to her.
Okay.
Standing next to there. One includes this darkened leather armor.
Nice.
Okay.
And she tells you, Master Lindor tells you that it will give you the same amount of protection as studded leather, and that it has a few other things with it. It's 65 gold pieces for the set.
You should try it on.
I think I'm gonna splurge. I mean,
Yeah.
we gotta see how I look in this first.
Yeah, I mean, try it on.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I gave her a piece of my own clothing because I know how it's going to look on me afterwards, right?
Right.
Like,
Right. Right. So I'll try it on.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It is. And she as she comes in, you can see that it's kind of been set up where it can be easily adjusted to anybody. And as you put it on, and it's. Are you a form-fitting type of person or not?
It'd be form fitting, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's quite nice.
It's a bard, Morgan. Come on, it's
Right?
form fitting.
Yeah.
You know how much I subvert tropes, dude.
I know.
So I always assume that everyone subverts them to the same level I do, and I'm always disappointed.
I mean, more importantly, it's Matt.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's form fitting.
Yeah.
Have you seen his pants?
Yeah.
Point.
37% of your closet is vinyl.
That's right. That's right. And the rest is PVC. I had to ask myself if I wanted to say it out loud. That was the pause. And I was like, why would you not?
So when you put it on, it almost feels like the shadows of the shop kind of coalesce around you.
Oh.
I'm digging the shadowy vibe. Just gonna
Yeah,
say
there-
that.
I don't-
Digging the shadowy vibe.
The
get this.
it's like you know that she's obviously there, but it's like there's almost like an effect of
Like your vision slides
yeah.
off.
So
Can I
Yeah.
roll something to see if I can like notice something going on with the armor?
sure, roll an Arcana check.
That is a nat 1 with a +0.
You are quite just enamored by
like,
this.
this is
this
fucking
shit.
cool.
This is
man.
fucking dope.
This is fucking dope.
Bro, right?
Yeah, I'll take it.
It'll take about an hour for it to adjust to you. She kind of looks at you and goes, "You're kind of one of the magic-y types. I think you understand how that works."
Yeah.
So,
You said 65.
65 gold.
Cool.
You are now the owners of Shadowborn Second Skin.
Ooh.
It is a AC of 12 plus your Dex modifier.
Okay.
Nice. Very nice.
When attuned, the armor gives you +2 bonus on any dexterity stealth check you make. When you are in dim light or darkness, the bonus becomes 4.
Oh.
As a bonus action, you can cast Misty Step using this armor.
Oh shit!
Holy shit.
In a flash of darkness, you teleport up to 30 feet to an
Fucking
unoccupied space
A.
you see. You can use this feature once per day.
Can you like screenshot that and send it?
I
to me?
will get it
Perfect.
for you.
That's fucking dope.
So
That's some cool ass shit.
I'm over here doing math and I'm just excited about stuff.
Right? Yeah.
That's sick.
it's never.
That was half my money.
Sometimes it's unintentional that you get cool shit. But
Yeah, I get it.
trust me, I do like to hand out magic
Yeah,
items.
yeah.
So you guys will you'll come across some shit.
I'm pretty sure I'm getting what I want anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy with it.
Sark doesn't know it, but he's getting goggles here soon. It's
Right, yeah, yeah.
Oh, trust me, I've already talked to Nate about some shit. He's kind of like, man, maybe. I was like, dude, let me give you fucking Deus Ex blades coming out of your elbow,
Right, yeah,
okay?
exactly, yeah.
He's not into blades
God damn it, let me have my shit.
yet. We'll see how things go.
Yet.
Starting out, he's
Shut up.
not.
It's just, you know.
Well, part of it came as like, I want Tonfus to be able to
Oh,
launch out his
perfect.
forearm
Yeah.
so he can catch him
Yeah,
become Nightwing.
that'd be
So
pretty
it's
good.
fine.
That'd be pretty good.
No, we have
That's fun.
no the discussions that he and the advantage that being having this happened when I was his player is the discussions we have as player and DM when you live in the same place as
Right,
you
yeah.
two know.
Makes it a little easier. Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, you get some armor.
It's called
Shadowborn Second Skin.
Shadowborn Second Skin.
I like to find stuff that's not in the official
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Because that's not like super
More interesting.
overpowered, right?
Yeah.
But it's
No,
it's
it's
fucking
fucking-
cool.
It's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's also going to be hard to find an upgrade from.
Right, yeah.
Well, it's
I
which is why I wanted to offer to him this early because
Yeah.
it's like there's a certain point where getting cool armor,
It's not
For
as
a
big
bard?
of a deal. Yeah, it's not as big of a deal.
right? All right.
sword part though. We don't know that yet.
All right.
Anything
We're,
else that
we're
you
still
two would
level
like?
2.
We're gonna go to. I want to go to Mr. Henri's place.
Okay. Well, you two are already there,
Yeah.
but you guys can.
When did you
get
come?
back. Well, he was
Yeah,
going to take
Oh,
you.
okay, you were gonna take me? Okay.
Excuse me.
Cool.
When we get there, would I know to take us into the back?
Roll
Being from
an
hidden?
insight check, please.
That's pretty good. 18.
You would know.
Okay.
You would have recognized the name, and you would have known to take it from the back.
Okay. I'm gonna chat with
So,
him about
Yeah. Yeah.
Monsieur Henri. That's the next. I think the next language I'm going to attempt is French.
Nice.
I'm going to try and do it.
I've been trying to learn a couple sea shanties in French.
I tried German and it kicked my ass.
Oh, yeah?
I took 2 years of German in college, dude. It's hard. You know, for English being a Germanic language, learning German is fucking hard. But
Germanic language.
it's a Germanic
Fucking
language.
Saxon language.
English.
Dirty fucking Jutes and Saxons.
It's
It's
a
a-
language.
It is a language.
It's a language. I'll give it that.
It is
By linguistic standards, it's Germanic, but with a lot of French and Spanish loan words. But it's really not Germanic. But it's
Right.
not either of the other two.
It's also not Greek, but it is a lot of Greek. It's not Latin, but it's got quite a bit of Latin.
Yeah.
It's got way too much French for not being French.
One of my
English isn't a language. It's 3 languages and a change code. Beating up other languages in alleys and stealing words.
Yeah, stealing
That's
words.
what English is.
Stealing words and vowel pronunciation.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
and then fucking them up.
Yeah.
But Monsieur Henri welcomes you or his assistant does, and she brings you into the back. And a little bit later, there's still a fair amount of tourists here in town, but comes back and asks what you need, and then kind of side eyes you, Patrice. You have a reputation, you know.
For helping people?
Ah!
But you were. How much was it that you were looking for, Jared?
50 GP.
Oh, easy.
Diamond. Yeah.
Easy. Done. Does it need to be cut, uncut? Does it matter to you? I have both.
Rough. I'm picturing it rough.
Actually, so if you ask for that, they're going to give you a discount of 10 gold pieces. So it's worth 50, but because it's not shaped, they're going to give it to you for 40 gold pieces.
Nice. It's pretty solid.
It's a nice loophole for a spellcasting.
So I'm gonna take that.
It's solid because it's a
Um,
diamond. You know, like it's like the most dense. You know.
Can
like,
I
I'm gonna throw things at you.
peruse a little bit? Is there anything?
So you're in a
interesting?
back storage room. But he will ask you, is there anything that are you looking for a commission? Are you looking for a specific item? Anything this is also where we keep the special items.
Is there anything that's come in recently that's striking your fancy?
He pulls out one that is it's a stone pendant.
Okay.
It looks kind of moist. I love saying that word because it
A
pisses people
moist
off.
stone pendant.
A moist stone.
Moist stone pendant. You can all stop listening now. We understand.
We're going to say
I
moist
really
a lot
do.
for the rest
Anyway.
of the next hour.
So good.
People who freak out about the word moist,
It's funny to me, and I can't help myself.
it's like when I have to have the discussion with
We
people
play, like,
about
10
how when they
seconds
eat
of pop.
tacos, do you turn your head to the right or to the left? And the answer is neither, because her legs are going to keep you up.
Right.
Good
What?
TikTok joke I heard this week. To go
say, I
along with
saw
the
that one
most,
too.
right?
Very interesting. What does this do?
This gives you the ability to breathe underwater.
More cayenne pepper?
Nope.
Okay.
Definitely not.
How much would something like this run for?
This would be 75 gold pieces.
Currently, that is out of my budget, but
I have multiples of them. So, but as I've said, this is the
Do you have a group rate?
that can be discussed.
How many moist pendants do you have?
3. There's a base of 2, and I rolled a 1 on that 10.
There you go.
I was hoping for more. I was like,
Right,
wow,
yeah.
there could be up to 12 here.
Right. Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
But
There's
you
definitely
know.
3.
you know, fate says Morgan rolls like.
Right.
Sorry, that was
It's
funny.
every table.
I just realized that was a lot.
It's every table.
No, I've rolled some monster nights against other groups. So.
We're shopping for underwater breathing pendants.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't need you to roll monster against us here.
This is the time for it, so I don't TPK the party on accident.
I can breathe in water. We only need 4.
Do you by chance have
Actually,
any
do we need 4? Do we need less than 4?
smoking pipes?
You're gonna want to go to Edwards down the road. The tobacconist. He's I specifically deal with jewelry.
Okay, good to know. I just wasn't sure if you would have something antique, like an antique pipe, but that totally makes sense.
If you are looking for antiques next door, but it's a hit and miss.
Okay.
It's a bit of a bazaar.
I misheard you earlier. It's all good.
I guess the title of this episode is going to be
Ooh,
no
is
salads,
there?
just shopping.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any unique copper jewelry that you might have?
Copper is not something that we have a lot around here.
No, that's fine.
Um,
She kind of points to herself,
Yeah.
and being adorned in nothing but copper jewelry.
Right. Right.
Like, it kind of makes sense that why she's asking for copper. So,
the legation?
I am from the legation. How did you figure that out?
Copper mining is very common there, and especially, not to be judgmental, but you are
Yes, I look like I'm from the legation.
an orc. And while you are a half orc is
Yeah.
common enough, it's most of you come from the legation, so.
Well, I'll purchase this for now. I don't have.
If for some reason you happen to go home
Yeah.
and you bring some jewelry here and want to consign it, it's not something that we'd get a lot of.
Okay.
And as he finishes that sentence, you hear on the door, and as the door opens, you see SOA and Scald at the back.
So as we're walking in, so fell-handed. I've been on some ships. I feel like I've heard that.
You may have.
Yeah.
Is that all?
I mean, how much of that did you do? I just don't know the right shit, you know.
I don't know what you've heard.
I'm asking you about your piracy, you fucking dunce.
Yeah, I'm a pirate. Yeah, I thought that was fairly obvious. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he literally just takes his middle finger and taps on his eye patch over his left eye socket.
Would have been so great if you had peg leg too. Just to fucking go for it, right? Go all the way.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to ask me about specific things, I can answer that. But you know,
I never got attacked. I don't have any specific things to actually ask you about.
dead men tell no tales.
And I'm here, aren't I?
That's right.
Let's go find you some jewelry.
I think that's a great idea. Maybe find you some jewelry too.
Okay.
So we walk in.
And you hear, and he turns around, and you see Sid and Patrice here. You watch. He turns around and says, "Master, madam, give me just a moment.
Take your time.
Is there anything
We definitely are not with them. I'm staring daggers at Patrice as I say that.
Patrice looks over at Bonstour, Henri, and says, "Do you have any fine mirrors, and or possibly, preferably silver?"
Yeah, I had a player's handbook and I gave it back to somebody because that's actually something to have prices for.
We have a lot of those.
I have them. It's just in my crate.
Yeah.
So for those of you listening at home, you're just not seeing like 4 players' handbooks just fly towards Morgan's face every time he asks for
Right.
one. It's pretty great.
He has to catch one and then use it to deflect the other 3.
Yeah.
Which is why it takes a moment to find the right page.
Yes.
Right.
We're not actually
is it a
But
good
not
image
by
for
much.
all of you?
Not by much.
Also,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
We're not actually
for-
we just enjoyed
A plain
using the real skills.
steel
Right.
mirror, just very plain. It's going to be
It
5
has
gold
to have
pieces,
some content of silver.
some silver. So silver is going to be. Do you need it to be the backing to be silver? This is Morgan asking. Backing to be silver or just silver on the mirror itself?
I think just on the mirror itself. I
Okay,
don't
so-
think the backing of the glass.
Because that would be a lot more.
Yeah.
So we'll say 15 gold pieces.
Alright.
And he brings to you, because even though it's jewelers would make small hand mirrors, that would be something that they would make. So yeah,
Great. No, I'll take that. That sounds fantastic.
excellent. And then if that concludes our business, Master and Madam.
Well, I think I will confer with some of my compatriots.
I walk over.
I stare daggers back at the guy that young
At
lady that
SOA.
walked in the door at SOA.
I just walk straight over to Patrice and I just throw my hand up on his shoulder and I go, "How you doing, buddy? Did you find anything cool?"
We found something really moist.
I knew that it would be weird fairly quick, but that was really fast. What did you find that's moist?
Scale, this is why I was trying to not talk to him.
I understand. I get it. I don't not get it.
I guess this is my life now.
So, Monsieur Henri sells these wonderful pendants that allow you to breathe underwater, which is something I can't do. Not some people can. I can't. It sounds like a pretty good thing to have with you.
That was the last place I was safe from you.
That's hurtful. I just
Someone was preaching at me down there. It was great.
sometimes I get the feeling that you don't like me that much, SOA. Like, I thought we were getting along so well. Like, we've had such long conversations.
You kind of watch as Monsieur Henri just kind of slowly backing up a little bit.
As-
You watch him as he's kind of like putting a collection box for his new customers, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Patrice, I don't
I walk
respond
over
when you
to him
talk
and
to
start
me.
talking to him. Yeah.
I thought you were bashful.
Oh. Yeah, that's not a thing.
Okay, well, there's something I've done to
Sorry,
offend,
for this conversation.
you know, I respond well to direct confrontation as opposed to, you know, milieu or social cues. So if you tell me to stop, I'll do that. I'm big on making sure, you know, I have.
Do we have Henry Crabgrass in a person right here right now?
Patrice, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it, I guess.
Now I feel bad. Okay.
I can
but
look
yeah.
at earrings.
So back here, there's really not it's not. This is like a storeroom. It's not the front. So
Okay.
like you can see it as soon as that conversation ends. You Scald has gone over. You see that this is some really fine
Yeah.
quality work.
Yeah.
He does have toques. That's what you wear, right?
Wrist torque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are the ones that he have though are platinum.
Gotcha.
Probably out of your price range.
Yeah. Like, what are we talking?
100 gold.
Yeah, it's out of my price range.
Because it's platinum.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We're not there yet.
Yeah. No. Trust me, I will get you guys money. I promise.
We have to do things other than salads and shopping.
Any silver?
Gotta go through a door.
The only toques that he has are those specific ones.
Gotcha. Okay.
And most of what he has are rings, pendants.
Any magical rings?
No, the only items he has right now that fits that description are the pendants.
Gotcha. Well, I kind of browse around and look at stuff and.
He does. He did see who you were, and he's got the really nice stuff. But then I don't know if you've ever seen that website, the Gothic, GTHC,
Yeah,
like it's our shit,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
He's got that,
Yeah, gotcha.
right?
Yeah.
So rings of like skulls and
Yeah.
angels and demons and shit
Any
like that.
any squids or octopi?
Oh, he's got
or
plenty. Again,
krakens?
here,
Pirate Town.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
he has a pendant of a kraken grabbing a ship. That catches your eye.
And you still have
Yeah.
money.
They do still have money. Yeah.
And it's
What about rings? He has any?
so he has like they look like they're small, like they're tentacles that wrap around, like they wrap like three or four.
Yeah. How many of those does he have?
He's got two,
Okay.
and then he also has one that is kind of like a Cthulhu face
Uh huh.
that sit where the head sits here, and
It's
then
there
the
somewhere.
wrap is actually the tentacles.
Gotcha. How much are those guys?
Those would be, because those are like stainless steel and like tin.
Yeah.
They would be 2 gold each. They're
How
not.
much
They're
is
not.
the pendant?
That would be 5, because that comes with a chain. The chain is going to be gold, and then the pendant itself is steel.
Does he have any silver chain?
He does. He can change it out, and that would drop the price. So it was 5 gold, so probably go 4 gold.
4 gold. Yeah. And none of these do anything. They're just
No,
jewelry.
they're just jewelry.
Yeah. Okay.
He does say though that when and he kind of says it like with the understanding, you probably understand what he's getting at. The special collection shifts day to day because we never know who's going to make port. And come back.
Sure.
Always make sure though that you. He points at the back door.
Yeah.
Because if you come to the front, I'll have no idea what you're talking about.
Understood.
Because these and the kind of polished sound of his voice drops,
Yeah.
and he has that native Havian.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that Havian.
Yeah.
I think
good.
that's it right there.
Avian.
Havian,
Havian,
accent
yeah.
comes through. Those fuck faces don't deserve any more than they have.
Couldn't agree more. I'll take the pendant and all 3 rings.
Okay, so that's
I think it'd be what?
6, 10.
10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, kids, math
And
is
I-
important for fun.
I hand him a platinum.
okay. Yeah, can you tell I've been shopping for rings and pendants recently?
Yeah, no shit.
There are times when my weird things that I window shop for comes through. Apparently, the jewelry store in D&D is it. It's not one that I do very often, so I think this is actually the first jewelry like actual jewelry purchased. It's usually only gemstones when players go to jewelry stores.
I mean, spell components.
Yeah.
Oh, those are kind of like magical, right? Like.
But those are usually like an alchemist shop, or alchemist, an artificer, or a wizard
like
shop, or something like that.
Someone's got a ring of protection.
I do. I have weird, fun magic shops. They don't have one here in Haven.
Cool.
Like that crazy old. Where was that crazy old lady? What was it? Folkvogner. I think it was Folkvogner.
I thought it was Saya.
Oh, it was Sayo. That's right. Yeah, that one was crazy.
Yeah, the magic shop in Sayo's nuts. Everybody.
Hanging on
Quest
the to-do
goals.
list.
I would love to get you guys to the Syndicate. The Syndicate is fun.
So Sid will hand over the 40 gold pieces, take the rough diamond, turn to her comrades? I don't know who we are. Party mates?
Is always good.
Coworkers.
Yeah, you wouldn't call them teammates. They're not teammates yet. For you, that's a very specific term for you.
We should get back to
Harbor House.
We got some homework to do.
All right.
I'm already missing it. But I really like these pendants. I think we should put a pin in that, and maybe come back some other time.
You feel a gentle tap on your shoulder. I'll set them aside for you.
Now, I might be getting a little presumptuous.
We'll discuss compensation later.
All right.
All three of them will be set aside for you. And with that, folks, we've now been playing for another 45 minutes, so we're going to take a real quick break because I think we need cocktails.
Yes.
For sure. And then we will pick back up at Harbor House here in a few. Welcome back, everybody, to Campaigns and Concoctions, where we have now started the migration to Harbor House. The reason we are not doing drinks right now, y'all, just so families know, is that we are so much in the experimental phase tonight. I think not a single drink that has been made this round is an actual drink.
Yeah, everyone has a different drink in front of them.
That someone invented.
Yeah.
Right? So we're not even going to... Well,
and you invented, yeah.
Yeah.
A rum old fashioned with hot honey. Yes, please. Right? So,
It's good.
as the party has now made its way back to Harbor House, Hubert has kind of set himself up outside the office, or not the office, the entrance to the... I guess they wouldn't call it the archives, but that's the closest comparison. Right? It's kind of an artifact storage room. And he will let because I'll say that these all come close enough in time that Hubert lets you know that Sark is actually already in the room, beginning to give an investigation, and that he actually has 2 books, Hubert, that Sark gave him to give to UL, and those are the 2 books that he had. But what would the 5 other of you like to do right now? There's only really room for maybe 2 or 3 more of you inside the artifact room, so you won't be able all of you to go in. But if anyone else wants to go back up and investigate the library, you're more than welcome to.
There would definitely be a note in the books if I was leaving them with Hubert, telling Al I probably missed something in the library.
There you go.
I'll go to the library.
Then yeah, that's where I will head after I open the book.
Okay.
I'll go
Sark's
look
in
at
what? In the
artifacts.
artifact?
Sark's in with the artifact. Patrice, where would you like to go? Artifacts or libraries? I pretty sure
Artifacts.
I know. Okay, so we've got artifacts with Scald, Sid, Sark, and Patrice, and then L and SOA are going to the library. So what I need from SOA and L is to roll investigation, and either you guys can roll individually or one with advantage.
I'll go to the library too.
You want to go with the
You should
library?
probably
I
roll with
gotta
advantage.
It doesn't really
I'll
matter.
go somewhere.
There's room for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
So I'm going
I'm
to the
plus
artifact.
1.
Or no way.
Yeah, you were going to go to the
Artifacts.
artifacts.
Okay.
I feel like that's more of your speed.
That's what
I'm plus 1 because of Jack of all trades. Because it was
Right,
0,
right.
and then it going up to plus 1.
Right.
Bards are cool, kids. Be a bard.
Bards are.
Bards
cool.
are cool.
I do want to be. I want to be a
I'm
player
a bard.
in an all bard party. I do.
We're gonna make that happen.
Write songs sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm playing next, so it's for something like that.
So what?
Investigation. Unless you've got something that you think would be better.
I don't think that counts this time.
That's what I was. Oh yeah, that's history, not investigation.
Here you're looking for books, like specifically. So
Wow, those are bullshit.
Apparently, I should not have let Dustin roll.
That is 13.
so you're able to find one more book that appeals to you.
Level 2.
It is called The Breaking of the Belt.
Ooh.
Interesting.
A little overlap between Matt's games with that came from.
Nate knows
Elf,
what the title
did you
is
find anything?
referencing.
I'm not finding shit.
I found this one. Holds up the breaking of the belt.
Let me see. And I probably get like way too close to you.
Please tell me it's just to watch his ears turn red.
As he holds it up and you very close, almost drops it. Doesn't quite. So it is a book after all, but if it had been something else, he definitely would have.
Huh. Interesting.
I've got the other 2 that Sark left somewhere.
Should we wait up here and read? Because there's not a lot of room in the other room, right?
Yeah, it's pretty packed right now.
Probably. We can take another look around and after we finish this round and see if there's anything else.
Yeah. Works for me.
All right. So because there's so many of you guys in here, I'm going to have each of you roll investigation checks.
Cool.
Nice.
18.
Okay.
21.
Okay.
Nice.
7. Okay.
18.
So each of you find something.
Alright.
You find an ocarina, which is a.
Of time. Sorry.
I hated that was like when I searched for
Couldn't
something.
stop myself.
I googled bone flute.
And it was like
It was
ocarina.
ocarina.
and
I was like,
son of a bitch.
someone's gonna say it, but they look so dope.
They
Right.
are.
They're wicked cool.
They
The
are
game was
wicked
good.
cool.
The game was good.
So I will
And
show
you
you.
like
Wasn't
correctly, it makes
just
it rain.
good. Oh my god, Ocarina of Time, top 5 games easy. So good. That is
That's what it
cool.
looks like?
That's cool. Is that hip cone?
That is one.
I think so. So 21, 18,
18.
and 18.
Yep.
Sid, you find an onyx bracelet with a script similar to that on the door.
Ooh.
Scald, you find a key ring with one key that is about this big. So about, what is that, about 11 to 12 inches
Yeah.
long. It's just upsized. You
What's it made out of?
find a gazer eye in a jar that's suspended in liquid.
That's L.
No, that's Sark.
Sark found.
So you would recognize this because it's Beholderkin, and that's why you recognize it.
Oh, and that's why are reading together.
That's the way I might be reading. Elle's skimming, kinda. But she also walked in form-fitting black leather.
Jailbait, motherfucker.
You guys rolled enough that you guys got every single item that was available to you in the archive, or in the that room.
The best part is Sark's gonna walk out with the eye to go show L, and walk in and go and turn around and leave.
So, for the two of you who are reading, what are you reading?
Do you pick a book?
Not till after you do.
then I take the one that you found because specifically I think that's the funniest thing for me to do.
Right, yeah. Accurate.
The breaking of the belt.
Yes.
You're gonna take the breaking of the belt?
Breaking the belt.
Then I will read one of the other ones. If I
So
haven't picked
it's
one.
Mist of the Past and Archaeology of Ruins of Unknown Province.
Unknown Providence is 100% what he will take.
Yeah.
Right.
So if I can get you guys to roll intelligence checks for me, please.
What's the key made out of?
Roll an Arcana check.
It's nice when I know exactly what my modifiers are.
No,
Because they're zero.
14.
So it's Basalt.
Oh shit.
Which you know some ancient artifacts that, because you guys have probably sold some. Mm-hmm. A lot of ancient magical artifacts from pre-Arcana times. Thank you. Are made of salt.
Cool.
I rolled a 12 on the book.
So as you kind of peruse the book, do a quick gloss. You the book describes that previous sometime after the Age of Arcana ended, the continent that made up the center of Librarth was shattered into what we now today call the Belt. It was one continuous piece of land that is now islands. And that you know that something around a magical item was involved, and there were a few organizations that were involved in the chase of that item. Probably the one that would be the most. There was the Convocation of Ebony and Bone, as well as some of the smaller thieves guilds, some of which don't exist anymore. But the Convocation is probably the one that would be the most common for you to know.
Because the convocation's here.
Here,
in
oh, yeah.
Hayden, yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, all of the big ones. So there is a Valkyrum house here, a chapter house. There is the weird building. It's not in town, but the Convocation has one of their weird buildings here. Let me see, who else do we have?
Nine Brothers.
The nine brothers. Yeah, all the big international organizations are here. There's a Zadmire representative here. There's not a school. There's not a like a campus here, but there is a representative here. So like any of the big names are here. Sorry, folks. Those are big organizations that are international. That I forget. Matt knows them from other places. You don't need to know them now, but that's kind of the context of them. They're
Is
big
there
international.
context that's on the Discord or not?
No.
Okay.
There is actually, you can find the Valkyrum on the Librarth page from World Anvil, but a lot of the others,
Pinned in the D&D feed.
which is pinned in the D&D feed, so you can find that. It's one of the newish organizations, still a couple of centuries old. So, and then
18.
And yours was the Archaeology of Ruins.
Yep.
So.
No, it was the
Yeah, it's
Providence.
the Ruins of Unknown Providence.
Archaeology of Ruins of Unknown Province.
Gotcha.
It's one of those big scientific names,
Yep,
right?
yep. I was just looking for the word Providence.
Yeah. It's good. It's a good
Yeah.
one, right? Hey, I do words.
Provenance. There's no second D.
Provenance. See, I did it. Both of you. Fuck you,
Is it
fuckers.
Providence or Provenance?
Provenance.
Of unknown ownership.
We're not founding fathers. Do we care?
Artwork has provenance, not
Thank you.
providence.
There it is right there. See, he's got it.
That's terrible.
I know it was.
Which is why I know I spelled it
appreciate
wrong,
it.
because I was like, I know what he's trying to say, and I'm going to write it wrong.
Yeah, I spelled it wrong here, too.
Hey,
Also,
it
you wanna
could
know-
be either one.
You also want to know why it's stuck in
Both
my
works. Huh.
No, you're not
head.
wrong.
Supernatural.
That's fair.
It's provenance. I spelled it wrong too.
Yeah.
It's provenance. But kind of basically what we were talking about before the session started. There is a collection of archaeological sites throughout the entire world that predate the Age of Arcana. Yet nothing remains of the civilization that created them. No one can seem to replicate or understand exactly what helped to create these, because there's some sort of magical ideal behind everything. The lines are too straight. There's magic infuses everything, especially the 5 major schools. And this is basically an introductional work, but most of the major digs involve some sort of strange tie to a broken space of the weave. So most of the bigger sites border areas like the Desolation in the Nicodaic Expanse, or whatever the local name for other areas that are, they're wastelands where magic operates strangely and oddly.
When I get to that point, I'm gonna put the book down and turn to SOA and like, did you use magic, right?
Yeah.
Did you notice anything odd about magic while we were there?
I didn't.
Huh.
So my book says that the belt used to be like a single continent, and there was some ridiculous magical item involved in breaking it up into a bunch of islands, and a lot of thieves guilds were after it. I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
From what I know of all of the other old ruins, do they line up with what? If we were on a continent that was shattered, or are they on other land masses that probably wouldn't be?
They're all over. It's probably the one unifying thing of the entire planet.
Okay.
Across cultures and peoples are these they call them ruins, but they're pristine. The only thing, even the passage of time, the only thing that changes them is like fungus grows on them, moss, mold, things like that. But it barely breaks it down. And like even when you were there, if you remember back, you can think of that probably what happened with the pillars that had collapsed wasn't that they fell apart, is that someone knocked them down. So, and they predate this time period that SOA is talking about with the breaking of the belt, because they predate the Age of Arcana. The end of the Age of Arcana was approximately about 1,200 years ago. So we're looking 2,500 or more with the creation of these spaces.
Okay. Well, turn to SOA, or keep back to SOA and say, it seems like this is probably one of those precursor ruins. Except normally the magic is supposed to be all fucked up around those. And it's not here. But that door is very fucking magic and very long.
This is also, based on the reading and that roll, this is not a big site. This is not a big site.
But it is the same.
It's the same stuff, so it's not big enough. Like there are spaces where there's smaller collections that don't have the same magical effects.
Okay. Yeah, so this is probably, I guess, an offshoot from whatever that culture was. Not one of the big cities, I guess, or big areas where they fucked up magic, but apparently there's a couple smaller ones that people have found that didn't fuck up magic, and this looks to be one of them, except for that tunnel that we came out of.
Huh. I don't know. So how do we open the door?
No idea yet.
Okay.
But I think it's okay given that it's probably like over 2,000 years old. So I think we've got some time to look at it.
Well, we saw tracks going through the doors. Somebody knows how to open it.
True. I don't know anybody here that might know, though. I mean, I don't know anybody here other than you guys, so.
Fair.
If you know somewhere we might be able to get the information for it, we can try that.
Everybody knows, like, it's all docks and half in it, like 1 foot in the ocean or on a boat, right? Like, no one knew these ruins were here. Except maybe Patrice, but I don't think Patrice knew. So, but that's your go-to person for underground tunnels and shit in town.
Didn't he say something about there being a group of people that like to be on the explore tunnels or like to be underground or something?
He might have. I tuned him out. I love you, Curtis. I love you so much.
There's got to be a word for like when you have a hard time like delineating between your character and yourself. like
the Germans definitely have a word for that.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
For sure they do. And
It's 18 syllables.
Yeah.
I
17, but you're probably right.
I know the German word that matters to me right now in this whole thing. It's Schadenfreude.
Yeah.
You know? I'm getting a little bit of pleasure out of you're uncomfortable with this, bro. So, are you two gonna go meet up with the rest of the group?
If I have time, I'm gonna start going through the other book that Sark left.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll an intelligence check for me.
And if Sark is allowed, he's gonna go take the Gazerite to show off.
No,
the elf.
everything is you guys at this point because of the monster intimidation check that Scald made last session. Basically, you have free reign at this point.
It was a pretty good intimidation.
Was a pretty good intimidation.
I was listening. I heard that.
Right, the only good roll of the day.
I listened to it this morning as I was finishing up prep, and my head went down because I remembered my face when that happened. I just went,
Yeah.
Yeah, with a +5, that's a 6.
Oh.
Very distracted by the girl talking to me.
that and the first book has really got your brain working, so you don't really get past the frontispiece. You do know. So the one thing about Mists of the Past is that it was it was published by the Zadmire, which is a magical academy, mostly centered on Seacan, the continent that you guys are from. There's not a lot of representation in the Syndicate, but it is a fairly well-regarded magical academy that also does stuff like history, some natural sciences, and things like that. So you do know that this is a book that is going to be good to read, but you're so distracted by the shit that you learned about these as the picture you posted in the Discord today.
Right.
That was
so
top
good.
notch.
It was
That was
so
top
good.
notch.
So since I've already looked at my book, I'll just kind of like peruse the rest of the stacks to see if there's maybe something else that catches my eye that
Would you like to make another
Sure.
check?
Why not?
Investigation, please.
That's a 12 again.
Nothing.
Or a 13. Never mind.
Still.
Yeah, that's fair.
Breaking of the belt. That last one was the DC. I have DCs for each book. I've gotten really good at running library searches.
Right, yeah. Right.
Not just in real life,
Shocking.
but also in D&D.
It's pretty good.
Are there any markings on this key?
It's pretty plain.
Okay.
But make a Make an investigation check for me. I hate doing the same check over and over, but this is really what it is, right?
15.
As you look at it, as you begin to turn it, where the loop, because it's like a skeleton key, meets the main staff, you notice that there is some writing that matches the door.
Interesting. I'm going to go on ahead and cast Comprehend Languages.
So this is, it appears to be, you get it as a an acronym, or initials maybe, but it's EPRD.
Cool.
Wow.
Sometimes it's a good roll, dude.
Can I look at everybody else's artifacts that they found as well and see if I see any markings on any of those that I can read?
I wanted to, as I hold the onyx bracelet, I want to try to. Do I sense or feel that there's anything magical about it?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
It's a 21. That's
No.
a 19.
It's not. You're very definitive about that. But if you look at Sid's, there is
Yeah,
the same,
I would probably.
the
knowing
same
that he's read
language is written on it.
Okay. And
And it says, my love, forever and always.
And what was...
It's a
what was the
bracelet.
artifact? It's a bracelet.
It's a bracelet with
Onyx,
onyx
yeah.
on it.
Cool.
It said, "My love."
Forever and always.
Sark's just gonna hold up the eye.
Was
Does it say
there any
anything?
symbology on the ocarina at all? It's just
It's bone.
No, he
And
does, and it's like
it appears
this far
to
from
be
his face.
the same bone as Harbor House.
Nope.
and that's why Patrice was drawn to it.
Very much so.
That's
That's why I gave it to you.
I kind of had a feeling about that. Patrice is a little hesitant. He does not want to, he's not a musician, but he knows one. And so I think he's going to bide his time to see.
I need you to roll an insight check for me, please.
11.
You still want to take it with you.
Obviously.
Okay. I just want to make sure that that's
The
very
question
clear.
is whether or not he wants to play it. But yeah, he's drawn to it. He thinks it is special and unique. And does it have any is it finished in any way? Like it was rubbed with an oil or a sealant or a varnish or anything to kind of preserve it, or is the petrified?
What kind of tool proficiencies do you have?
None.
Then you wouldn't know. I'm not even gonna let you roll. On
Does
that
it
one.
feel? Does it feel and look like the walls that are around him?
Yes. Jared's face right now is so top notch.
The ocarina's in the hand that's doing this, right?
While in the other.
Caressing.
Yeah, he's got a new precious.
There's
He's
an
gonna hold on
ocarina
to
in
it.
one
He's gonna-
hand.
In the
something else in the
other.
other hand.
No.
I'm so sorry, Curtis.
I think he's just gonna kind of hold it very and kind of you know how sometimes you have a stone or a piece of driftwood and you kind of roll it in your fingers a little bit and you just kind of he's doing that.
You notice that as you do it, as you rub. Oh my God! I cannot have.
I'm sorry. Wait, was that our first dick joke though?
It was.
It was. I think it was. Our
We're on
first
episode
joke.
I think it was episode 4, and it took us that
I'm
long.
really proud of us.
Me, I was what?
No, I was actually. I beat you to it.
Patrice has a bone in one hand and a bone in the other.
Oh,
There you go.
Good one.
There you go.
But
There.
as you slowly caress your item,
Quickly downhill. We went from no dick jokes to only dick jokes.
I can't not make them right now. These are unintentional dick
Yeah.
jokes. You notice that there is an actual pattern to it that your fingers had found. It
Okay.
seemed like it was I don't know if you've ever seen a set of Muslim worry beads. You know, when they're praying and they rub them and it's a certain pattern and it stays the same. That's very much similar. So this seems like someone had done this before. Maybe there's some sort of innate thing.
Oh, he's never gonna let this go. This seems really special to him. It seems like he's connecting to something he doesn't understand, and he thinks he does. And he really likes this, but he wants to get a musician's opinion and hear it played.
Do I see this
No, you're not
as
there.
I'm wandering around?
What's your passive perception?
16.
I'm not so subtle, guy.
This one is it's not you that's making it subtle. It's the item.
Oh.
16?
Mm-hmm.
A touch of it, like you see him manipulating an object. You may not be able to perceive exactly what he's doing with it, or maybe that like.
Okay, that's enough that I'm assuming that the items group is going to go upstairs at some point since we all can't fit in this room.
I think
And
that's
on our
why
way-
Elle and I are still upstairs.
I'm totally going to try and pickpocket him for that item just to plop it down in front of Elle.
Do you keep hold of it?
Yeah. Like it like not. Yeah, he's. I'm not
Still
gonna say
worrying
the
it?
F word. Yeah.
You can say it. I've said
Fidgeting.
fuck how many times?
Fondle was the word
Okay.
I was gonna use.
I was gonna say fuck, dude. Come on.
Moist
No.
is way worse than fondle.
Yeah.
Please agree with
he's-
me.
Moist is just a word.
I agree, but
He may start muttering to himself as he's touching it though.
Given the context.
He might start talking to himself in a very soft voice, and he'll say, "I'll take the myth, you take the blood. It's all the same to the world dreamer. It's all the same in the end."
You unintentionally wrote something that worked so good. All right, you're more than welcome to try,
Oh, yeah.
but because it's in his hand, that DC is gonna be really high.
I'm still going to try.
Okay.
Sark at this point. He wants to take it. 23.
No. It's in your hand.
I know. I'm like,
No one's that.
I'm like looking at it.
However, you will not notice that he tried to steal it.
Fair.
I'm not proficient.
Well,
What?
He had an 18 on the die though.
yeah.
Plus 5 to dex.
I know.
That's fair. That's
why I wanted
to
to-
try. I was like,
yeah.
he's still, like, this is the innate ability that he hasn't practiced. He's like, I wonder if I can get it.
You got close.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what was that DC? 25? 30? Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
I was
gotta
like,
try
I
still.
need to,
I
I
still
need to
gotta
set
try.
it high because it's fucking Sark.
Yes.
It's
Right.
dex based, but I don't want it to be an impossible one.
Sure.
There is a possibility he could do it.
that's fine. I'm still going to point it out to Elle, but it was like, oh, damn, fine.
So as the four of them come back in,
Yeah.
if I could get Elle to make a perception check specifically about the key.
Not using that one.
Valid.
What's the lighting like in here?
It's bright.
Okay.
It's a library.
I want to
It's-
see how
it's
sneaky
Hubert's
on
office.
this.
Oh, Hubert's office. Yeah.
Bright.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back in Who Bears office?
Yeah.
Okay.
The library is basically.
It is a net 20 for 21.
You can send. You get a good idea. 'Cause since you were right there, you saw that. Or with the door, you were right there. You have a pretty good sense that that key will fit into the keyhole.
And I just walk up and I say, it's got an inscription on it.
Inscription.
Inscription.
On it. It says EPRD.
I'm pretty sure it's for the door.
Yeah, me too.
Son, look, a gazer eye.
Can I look at both to see if either of them have any magic on them? The key and the gazer eye?
What are you doing? Are you detecting magic?
Yeah, you are. You are.
No. Well,
Yeah.
it just depends on
I
what
know.
he's
Is he
doing.
rolling Arcana or is he
or
casting?
are
a
you
spell?
casting the fucking spell?
I'm gonna
Well,
I'm gonna roll Arcana first to see if I can get any kind of feel.
So I need two separate rolls then.
Okay.
1 for each. The key you'll have advantage on, I think. Right? Do you
Artificer
get
lore?
for Artificer lore?
It is.
We established that my rule also includes Arcana as well as history.
Yeah. History related to magic items, alchemical or technological devices.
So we expanded that to include Arcana because the fact that wasn't included I feel is kind of dumb.
Agreed, 100%.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna look at the gazer.
I always try and give and not take away, but every once in a while I'll take away.
Arcana, that is a 12 for the gazer eye.
The thing is that knowing who you work for, there is an innate amount of magic to Beholder kind. So there's
but it is
that.
still there.
Possibly.
Okay. And that is that a 6? Yeah.
Toddler, he found something.
Look, Dad, look!
It's toddler.
That's a
really
22
well.
on Arcana for the key.
So you can get the idea that because this is the key, it's probably loaded with the same type of magic as the other one. It's the door. Right?
Cool.
So
I will tell Skald that if I can hold on to this for a few minutes and I need to run up to my room real quick, I can see if this has any specific properties to it.
Do what you need to do.
I can identify.
Yeah, do what you need to do. I don't care. Just, don't break the thing. I'm pretty sure it opens the door.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
So you're just gonna go and cast identify
As a ritual.
Yeah. So
So I'm gonna go set up all of my equipment and
So what does that take? 10 minutes?
yeah.
Should be, yeah. It's
and
first
then what
one
is it?
over.
And that does
Plus
it just kind of
6 seconds.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 1 minute cast time, so
It's
ritual
11
will be
minutes.
11.
It's 11 minutes.
He's got some acacia honey and he's got some Kerrygold butter on whatever the fuck this delicious bread is that I missed the introduction on the bread.
it's rosemary, garlic.
It's so good.
amazing.
It's so good. Yeah, you do
Trompeau,
that.
our
And the
favorite
butter
luxury-
with the acacia honey is so fucking good.
Trompeau, please sponsor us.
But for real, though.
Yeah,
Trompeau
yeah.
No,
is
for
really
real.
new sponsor.
Yeah.
We'll continue.
We're gonna start
You're not
emailing
going
you
to
our
lose money on
podcast.
this deal,
Yeah.
Trompeau.
Yeah.
You're going to gain. We're
Yeah.
gonna buy stuff every week.
All we want is 7 croissant and a loaf of bread. We'll buy everything else.
And
We'll buy more.
cookies.
No, we'll
buy
buy the
those.
cookies.
We'll buy
I'll
those.
buy the
That's
cookies.
fine. I'm
Buy
with you. That's
That's a good ass cookie.
yeah, it is.
really
It's
good.
unreal.
We're
It's
buying the cookies regardless.
It's a
Right,
no shit, dude. It's a no shit French bakery.
Yeah.
So
They
I
crush
walk
us.
in and have a hard time not buying that many for
I
myself.
believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you.
So, what is it? Remind me what it does, because you don't get schools of magic on that on identify. That's purely detect magic.
If it's a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties, how to use them, whether it requires attunement, how many charges it has, whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn what spell created it.
So this is gonna be, you're not gonna get everything, because this is old magic. So it is just a key, as for its function. However, it is imbued with the same amount of each of the schools of magic as before: abjuration, transmutation, dunamancy, all these others. But it's frustrating for you because you don't know the spell that was used, because possibly it hasn't been rediscovered. This is ancient magic. This is magic that is tied to other realms, that is tied to the background arcane web of creation.
We're gonna walk through that.
How much are you
fucking door
sharing of this?
Into a different plane.
It's Liberarth.
It is the center of all existence. So.
when he comes back down, he's just I'm gonna, since I'm there and I have the stuff up, I'm gonna use identify on the gazer eye too, just because I have it and it's there.
So it's got abjuration magic on it, and you'll know that when it'll begin to shake when aberrations are near.
It's in the doctor's hand.
Nerds.
Right.
It's everything.
This is
And I'll take the gazer eye back down and hand it back to Sark and tell him that.
Sark, or Nate, behold my homebrew campaign, a hodgepodge of every comic book, fantasy novel, movie I've ever watched.
I'll walk back over to Sark with the key and say, yeah, pretty sure this will actually unlock
Sark.
the door. What did I say?
You said Sark.
Sark.
I'll walk back to Scald with the key.
Yeah. No, I feel like that would be an actual conversation. Hey, Sark, that's Skull. Yeah, right.
And
Skell's actually pleasantly surprised by someone getting his name wrong. He's like, oh, alright. Interesting.
And you're not afraid of me.
Yeah.
Weird.
This is fun.
I like
this. I like this. It's a lot.
As someone has been harassing me with being a pirate all day.
Right, yeah,
You're like,
exactly.
This is different.
This is very different. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that this is the key to the door. I think it will actually unlock it with the magic that's on it too.
Awesome.
So we should go back down there and unlock the door now.
Do we? Yeah, let's go. What time is it?
Midday.
I think we should go.
Yeah. Hey, Sark, we're going back down the hole to unlock the door. Found the key.
What do I do with my new eye?
I don't fucking care.
Put it in your room.
His room? Okay.
Yeah.
I suggest we go the way
Go back
that we
home.
came out back to where
When
we
did you
were,
get a bag of holding?
instead of going down
This
the
morning
hole.
when I made it.
Okay.
I think we can go down the hole.
DM.
We can.
We can set up a belay system this time and not drop people into the hole.
Why didn't we
People could also just maybe not fall into the
belay
hole.
system last time? Do you have a python?
I have those.
Doesn't that hurt your feelings?
It hurts my.
Every time I heard Mercer say python, I was mad at him. But Patrice would also call it python.
of all the weird shit that I have done as a professional baseball player, professional rock climber. That's the one that crushed me the most. I'm like, Matt Mercer, it's Piton! It's Piton!
It wasn't Sigil that just destroyed you?
It was
Sigil
It
was
was
Piton.
but I don't remember that one.
That was
Oh, God,
way
yes.
early.
It's campaign
Yeah,
one.
it was
Oh, see, I never watched campaign
They,
one.
they gave him shit for it for weeks.
Months,
maybe.
I got in.
The first
I got
time
in.
in campaign 2 when he went to say it, he was like, hey,
Uh-huh. And then
One moment.
I recently watched a D20 where Brennan said Sigil and everybody started laughing and he was like, that's a little inside joke with my friend Matt. And then just carried on and I was like, oh my god.
The one that
That's
got
hot fire.
the first one that got me was was it detritus when it was something like that. One of
Yeah.
those like kind of esoteric words that like you and I say all the time that no one else knows what the fuck we're talking. And I'm like, that's not right. That's not right. But I'm like, it's okay. But when you can't say Piton,
Yeah. You can
don't-
also pronounce detritus detritus. as
yeah.
well.
But
Like, they're
it
both
wasn't.
correct,
That was the
but-
one that's in my head. But
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't that. It was something
Yeah,
else.
but it's something like that.
But also, family, do not take this as any other way. We love Critical Role. We love
Right,
Matt Mercer. Matt Mercer's the whole reason I DM. He really
Yeah,
inspired
it's
me. So
what
and
got
I've
me
got
into
delicious
D&D,
honey
so,
all over
yeah.
my shirt. So we had a DM question.
Okay, so Sid is holding the bracelet in one hand.
Okay.
I called it a trinket earlier. It's more of a our talisman earlier, but it's more just a trinket of the skull she had. It flashed back to episode 1, the end of episode 1. Nobody's seen it. It's a skull. The trinket of the skull.
Oh,
Harbor
okay.
House. And the other. And she's getting it.
No, I don't remember this now.
No, okay. It was the very end.
Is this something we need to discuss between
No.
sections?
It's but we will talk later. But there's a legit question, but it's story building. Is she getting a sense that what we're dealing with goes back to the history of where we're at? Oh my god.
Haven.
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 like the story of Haven's history.
Well, I don't know what that skull is off the top of my head.
No, it's just
So because I need you to be a bit more direct.
I'll tell you. Yeah.
Okay.
It's from my backstory.
Okay.
Very into my backstory. But
You gave me a massive backstory, and as much as I
Yeah.
love it,
That's totally fair.
Yes.
Very,
Hell yes.
very fair. But yeah,
I love your
Is
backstory.
it anything that what we're dealing with deals with
I
the
wrote one
history
too.
of Haven?
What is this? You're being
It's,
really
it's
vague.
like a henge. Like with
No, but
with the
I
for-
need you to
with
be
the
blunt with
formation
me.
We'll all
of the
close our
islands,
ears. Go.
Yeah.
with the formation
Earmuffs.
of the islands, with the magic.
But
behind,
what is it that you're asking me? Like, is it the bracelet? Like, you're not telling me. I need you to be very direct.
I feel like I'm putting. There's this weird essence that I'm getting that there's puzzle pieces going on that deal with the history of Haven.
Not gonna lie, I can hear everything.
And
I know.
Oh, I don't care. It's not. It's private.
But it felt
You
like
guys
that.
both
for
are
a
going to
minute.
listen to this. At
Like
some
the
point,
formation
right?
of Haven,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
of like the breaking of a continent into
There's plenty
what
that-
is
Well, the
the
problem
islands.
is
Surface
that
never
it's such a big thing.
Yeah,
that
it's not a big deal.
It's everything. It's
Okay, it's a huge thing. Okay,
So like the breaking like this, it was a big deal, and then like
so you want me to ask more specific questions?
I'm just trying to get what you're asking, so I can give you an answer.
To the hole.
To the hole.
That's fair.
What
We
does
can
the
also-
ocarina do?
We're gonna take a break though,
Yeah,
because it is now 10 o'clock,
All right.
and then we're gonna take a quick break, and then maybe we can figure it out. That way, it happens, man. It happens.
No, that's cool.
That's refreshing.
That's why, like, when people are like,
Refreshing.
I like
Well,
how they didn't hear
They,
shit
they,
of
they,
what you said.
they don't, dude. I totally accept that they're never gonna listen.
Mark once
Welcome
I
back to
did.
Campaigns and Concoctions.
That's us.
we are.
We are them.
We are them. We
Yeah.
are that people, he said.
We are that people.
He said.
As the,
We got some names.
Yeah.
the six of you finish up with your investigation of the books and the artifacts available to you at Harbor House, you have now decided that you would like to go back down to the cavern. There was a suggestion of a belay system as well as utilizing the tunnels again.
How long did the tunnels take us last time?
Because he was kind of finding the way because he wasn't familiar. It was about an hour, but it could probably the time would be cut down because you have been there before.
I'm heading straight to the hole, and I think L is probably right on my hip.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
Twist it and drop it.
There's about an hour to get to the exit with where that tunnel is. So it's not a matter of any saved time.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of saved danger. It's going to take you an hour to get to that exit of the door anyways. Because it's multiple, if you guys remember, it's multiple hours to get to the door.
Yeah.
Fine.
We'll
I'm
go
just
the
providing-
safe way.
I'm just providing information.
I get it.
Safeway, please sponsor us.
No.
No, thank
I'm
you.
not okay with that one.
No.
I'm not okay
that
with
was
that.
Actually, you know
too
what?
far.
Let's take their
There
money,
for
That was
but
too
we're not going to
far.
advertise for you.
Where he was thinking about the people that were in the tunnels that might know more. So, but going that way would be an opportunity to run into that group of people. Or sentients.
Since Sark isn't leading, he's at the back of the line, so L is not at the back of the line. Again.
If the rest of the group decides to take the other path, then they'll go with them. But I think Elle and Skull both just head straight for the hole.
Yeah.
Out of the door. Because nobody has suggested anything else to them yet.
Yeah.
And
Like
that's-
as soon as L told me that this opens the door, I was like, and I'm out.
Yeah.
Let's go. And started walking.
and was like, "All right, guys, let's go."
I was
And,
a step
started
behind
walking
him
out the door.
because he
Yeah.
stopped to say, "Hey, Sark, we're going to the hole."
Yeah.
And then
So I mean, like, you guys are free to say,
So-
"Hey," but
DM question: is this in front of Hubert?
No.
Okay.
Hubert's still sitting
that's
down.
why I dropped it.
Down. He's kind of blocking off the entrance to the area to give you guys space.
Just kicked him out of his office.
He gave it. He gave you the access. So.
I mean, I can run fast enough. I'll go let him know and then catch up to.
Well, you're gonna pass him.
yeah,
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I still don't see either one of them telling him anything as they're
No, we walk right past it. I might say, "Excuse me."
Like I said, I'm just giving you guys
Yeah.
information.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do.
yeah,
There
unless-
isn't a curator or anything of the artifacts.
Patrice is trying to find a job application.
Oh, yeah, that would be great. No, he's I think he's pocketed a flute, a bone flute.
Right,
Sark
how close
has
are we
the
to
eye
to
sitting
hole?
on the
Is anybody
outside of
following
Sark's-
us to the hole? Like, we're gone. Just so we're clear, we're
Sark's
gone.
Yeah.
So you guys are doing whatever the fuck you're doing, but we're gone.
That's why I would have followed you all out unless you started to try to talk to me about the ocarina.
No, I would have just followed. I would have been intent on following you to show you the thing. So now he's not stealing. He's absent-mindedly walking away with the item to show to you, which is much more Patrice.
Yeah, right.
So, did we pop? Well, you said we probably would pass Hubert on the way out.
No, not probably. You would pass it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's blocking the hallway.
I think as we're walking by, Sid would probably say, "We think we found a way in."
Okay. He's at this point. He's just providing you
Yeah.
what he's being Morgan right now. He's just saying, "No, okay, cool.
No,
Just let me
absolutely.
know."
That's all
Yeah.
I would say. I get the feeling that's where he's at. So, all right, let's go.
if nobody says
the
otherwise,
tunnel.
then when we get to the hole, I'm gonna get there and look at Skull and be like,
The hole or the tunnel?
the
I
hole.
immediately
That's where
open a
we're going,
pouch.
unless
Oh,
somebody
I thought
says
you said
something.
tunnel. I thought we were going tunnel. Sorry.
I immediately open a pouch on my hip and pull out pitons, and I pull a silk rope off of my backpack, and I pull a hammer off of the back of my belt. And because I'm not wearing my coat, you can actually see that I have a small hammer just hanging from the back of my belt. It's been there the entire fucking time. And the pouch on my hip that carries the pitons has been on my hip the entire time as well. And I start rigging a belay system.
As soon as you pull out the
Immediately.
hammer,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh yeah, it's a nice brand. I like it.
Yeah.
I like this. I've got this one.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, it's got a good heft to it.
Yeah.
I like the claw on the back because it helps me pull the pitons out.
We're not going. It drops another row.
His
50
is
feet
wrong.
away.
Oh, he's still hammering as he's
Yeah.
talking.
I know, but
Both
he's just
drop
like
forged.
Sark does it anyways because
Yeah.
he knows Al, and it's just like
Yeah.
there's more rope.
And I use some sailor's knots to marry these two ropes together.
I'm trying to figure out what I want you to just roll.
I don't know why I didn't use this
only
the first
a-
time.
only-
Oh, we're
captain
doing it.
can
We're
marry
doing
at
it
sea.
right this time.
Uh-huh.
And
Because he's got
as
my
soon as
head
it's
running
ready
down
to
the
go,
hall.
SOA just
Now I
grabs
do.
the rope and drops down into the hole.
Survival checks. It's the closest I could think of.
From both of us?
Yeah, there's nothing really good on there for building a belay system.
It's survival. It has to be survival.
Yeah, because they
feel
want too
better
much
now.
in.
Good.
3-5 damage.
Shit roll. We're gonna use rope.
That's 12.
17?
As a skill.
Yeah, you guys are able to. Yours, when the first person puts weight on it, creaks a little bit, but eventually settles.
Yeah.
Yours is solid L. So,
That's
So
what I was
you're like,
at
I fell
first.
last time, I fell last time, I fell last
I'm
time.
also used to having to build things for Sark's weight,
Right.
not mine.
And I'm used to building things when I'm trying to kill someone.
On a boat.
In the moment.
On a boat.
On a boat. Maybe it's from a boat to the side of a, seaside cliff. But it's, on a boat. So I'm like, why is the ground not moving more? This is really throwing
Nate's
off my
asking.
rhythm.
Sark's not. We're going in the dark again.
As soon as we get down there, and I realize it is pitch black, I will reach into my new bag of holding and pull out the goggles and just put them into Sark's hands. So I put those on.
So cool. I can see. Whoa. What do the
we
goggles
need to-
tonight look like?
Do we need to roll to get down?
no.
Okay, cool.
Yay. That's spell I took doesn't do anything.
You think this is gonna be the last time that you're gonna need?
No, I'm really happy with the spell I took.
So-
What did the goggles of night look like?
They're just imagine the most coolest steampunk thing ever.
That sounds right.
That's
Yeah,
Sark.
there it is.
Sark is the coolest steampunk thing.
Now
Yes.
add cool steampunk
Put goggles on.
Yeah, no, put
See,
goggles on. Yeah,
that's what I
never.
want. Do you have to add to his mini now? Like, I kind of feel like he needs like more goggles on his mini.
Buy a new mini.
No.
Do it.
Eventually, the lenses will get integrated into Sark.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Like I just picture like every night when you guys sit down and you guys getting ready to do a long rest, just Elle's just kind of like
He just does
Whack, that one tickled.
three tweaks a night.
3 tweaks a night.
so.
Oh, is that what we're calling that now?
Yep. We're calling it tweaking.
So that's the name of the talk show podcast. 3 tweaks a
Three
night.
tweaks.
Yeah. There you go.
Welcome to our after show. 3 tweaks a night.
I do think that 3 sheets to the wind is appropriate since
That
it's
is
a
good.
sailing themed,
Yes.
piracy.
Anyways,
themed.
we're in the
We
hole.
will discuss that
Yes.
later.
So we're in the hole.
Sheets to the wind.
And how are you going to move?
We squeezed, we twisted, we dropped in.
Are we moving?
Now that Sark can see, he's moving forward.
But are we moving stealthily? Are we moving normally?
I think
At
I'm just
speed?
walking down the tunnel.
So it takes.
I will restrain myself to a walk.
Do we have a marching order?
I'm getting there.
Okay, because I have a specific idea in mind. For being next to Sid and touching his elbow and allowing, her elbow. Sorry, and letting Haven guide his sails.
But what is the marching
cells.
order?
I mean, if nobody gets in front of me, I'm in front.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
I
you're
will
5 feet
ensure-
faster than me.
And I will ensure that L is behind me because I remember what Sark said. Like if L starts to get ahead of me, I'm like, whoa, buddy. Whoa. Just kind of the gentle hand on the shoulder and kind of light pressure pushing him back behind me. Like you can be like next to me, but still behind me.
You wouldn't even really have to do that. You
Yeah.
are actually faster than
Yeah.
me, so just
In case you dashed or something.
a little bit extra step and then
Yeah.
I want to be third
Not
behind
jogging.
those two.
Okay.
Somebody wants to open a door.
That means I'm last. So it's whatever order you're in.
So the
Fun part is
two
I'll move stealthily and probably keep up with the group.
the 2.5 hour walk is fairly uneventful.
Okay.
You have now come back to this door, massive, full of gears, cogs, wheels. What are you guys gonna do?
I don't think I even took the key from you when you came back down.
No,
I
but
just
I will hand
immediately
it
started. You're gonna hand it to me?
yeah, you found the key. You get to open it.
All right. I mean, this is kind of your thing, man.
Boys,
I'm not gonna-
fucking
I'm not
door.
gonna- You want me to take away his thing? I hand the key back to you. I draw my sword, and I hold up my fist, and it starts to. You see this like black flame, this like pitch black, darker than dark flame, kind of engulfing my hand with purple tines at the top of it, and I'm holding my sword.
As soon
and
as
I'm
you do
like,
that, Al goes, "That's fair."
yeah.
And as you do that, Sid's like, "Oh shit!" And she like pops open a compartment on her wristband and puts in the diamond and closes the compartment.
Nice.
I'm gonna.
So as soon as you begin to enter the key into the keyhole, you feel that an energy takes it from you as it slots itself in.
So many jokes I want to make right now.
I know, right? It's
Everything can be a double entendre. Just fucking deal with it and tell the jokes in your head.
I am.
Be in the story, not somewhere else.
I
In some-
am.
As the key sets inside, it begins to turn. And you hear the... As eventually it stops with a very large click. Lights begin to pop on the doors. Not bright, multicolored, as the doors slowly open away from you. As the doors open, you watch as bluish, pale blue light begins to line a massive hallway. doors on either side. What would you like to do?
I turn to Sid and I say, have you dealt with traps much in your travels?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
You want to check and see if there's any traps up ahead of us? I'll be right next to you.
So make an investigation check for me, please.
And I'll try to help, but I'm not
Haven guide your
proficient.
sails, sir.
So that gives me.
A D4.
Can I help look for traps?
Sure. You want to give advantage?
Yes.
You want to look?
I'll look independently.
Okay.
I was going to try to give advantage, but
I-
I'm not proficient in like thieves' tools or anything, so.
15. 15 total.
Okay.
That's cocked. I should have taken the first one. That is, that's an 8.
Both of you seem to notice that there's no traps. It seems that the way is fairly open.
If we're concerned about traps, I'm really good at dodging them.
That's,
You go first.
after he finished looking around, just went, I'm not really paying that much attention. Sark, can you go first?
So from where the doors open, 30 feet into the hallway, on either side, on matching sides, are doors that are average-sized versions of the doors that you have just walked in. But everybody notices that these doors seem to be either ajar or they're not locked.
Okay.
Above each door is script matching, not like it's a matching script to what was above the door.
So it's the same as what was above the previous.
Not the wording.
Oh, but the
language.
Same language.
The same
Okay.
language.
Before we start walking,
How did whoever came in and dragged these people in do it without the key?
You're assuming there's only one.
Can I take the key back out of the door too?
Should we
Yes.
shut the door?
And as soon as when you do take the key out of the door begins to close.
I'm gonna say, hey, do you guys mind if I take about 10 minutes to do a ritual?
Is there an
I
equivalent
think we
keyhole
all.
on the other side of the door?
I'll just cast Detect Magic if that's what you're
No.
thinking. Okay.
That's
Oh,
what
you
I did.
want to do confident?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
How do we open the door back up?
So you have to for the door to close, you have to make a pretty good distance because it's of how big they are.
Understood.
As you begin to walk back, when you get about 10 feet away, the doors begin to open.
Okay.
If you walk back away from it, they will close back up.
I'm gonna spend 10 minutes ritual casting Comprehend Languages.
While that's happening, can I look to see where the tracks that we were following go?
Make a survival check for me, please.
SLA, is it okay if I touch your elbow for just a little bit?
Yeah, that's fine.
Haven guide your sails. Add a D4.
Thank God.
Roll it. Didn't make it.
Ooh, yeah, no, that was bad.
Double awful on that.
Yeah, double. I like some proficient.
Could have been worse.
Can always be worse.
That's a 10.
Well, but you know what you're looking for, so you can find it. It's a straight shot down the
It
hallway.
just keeps going.
Left or right?
Left.
As you walk up, the title says Mechanus or
Mechanicus?
Mechanus.
Mechanus.
Mm-hmm.
And right.
Limbo.
Oh shit.
Ha!
Are there more doors?
There are a total of
I was like,
Not
I'm
to
gonna
look at
wander
this
about
shit, they were-
50 feet.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Shit,
13,
Pepper's got a
14,
lot of
15.
stuff written on it.
There's a total of 16 doors.
Oh.
I am going to look at all of them.
Okay, so we're going to go, if we go on the left side, from back to front, it's Mechanus, Arcadia, Mount Celestia, Bitopia, Elysium,
Hold on a second. Mount Celestia, what?
Bitopia, Elysium.
Sure, can I see your player's handbook?
Yeah, you can get all this in the player's handbook.
Right, like
The
know
Beastlands.
exactly what this
Yes.
is.
We do.
Arborea, and Isgard. Yep.
We now have 2 page.
Back to front on the right side,
What page is that for
Acheron.
our readers?
303.
the 9 hells, Gehenna, Hades, Carcerai, the Abyss, Pandemonium, and Limbo.
If you would like a visual, go to page 303 in your player's handbook.
However, it's not an accurate description of what they would look like right now. This
No.
is it, but it does give you an idea. So what it is, well, this is what the play. This is where you have to separate player knowledge from character knowledge.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
This is why Sark doesn't have it in his notes.
And while Skeld is spending his 10 minutes casting and SOA is looking through that, L is like a 5-year-old playing with automatic doors. Right, where they open and close.
Can Sid pick up the
Doors are
tracks
open.
and see
Doors
where
are
they
closed.
well, he's already she's already
Yeah.
picked up the
You
track.
already did.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, sorry, I missed
the
that.
tracks just go straight ahead.
Okay, still straight.
Past all the doors that have
Okay.
names.
Holy cow! All right.
Right?
Every door is unlocked and slightly opened.
Can I mage hand? Have you told us what these are?
I will be reading them out loud as I go.
Okay. So once he's done, actually, first of all, do I recognize what these names mean?
Do I?
Make a history. Anyone who wants to can make a history check on this one
Okay.
as he's reading them out.
Why not?
No.
Oh,
Nope.
wow. Okay.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's a 5.
12.
10.
11.
19 for some reason.
You both know that these are the outer planes.
Okay, so
Specifically the outer planes.
not recognizing this, I'm going to whatever door the first door on the right is. I don't remember which one it was.
That's Limbo.
I just want to mage hand and like push the door further open and see if anything happens. With mage hand.
Nothing happens. As the door opens.
Is your mage hand visible or invisible?
It's visible. I'm not a rogue.
Only rogues get invisible.
That's why I asked. There's someone else that gets it.
I didn't
invisible,
know.
but I forget.
I'm
I
a
think it's
bard.
racial feat.
Nothing. If you stay outside the room, nothing happens.
What does it look like through the door?
As you look into the door, to the left, for modern audiences, this would look like some sort of possibly engineering lab. On the left-hand side of the room is a kind of smaller structure that's been built into the room with glass that it's kind of like a viewing area. To the right side is a half circular structure that has been established with some heavy cabling going to a box. Yes, it's very much a Stargate kind of situation. There's only so many ideas out there, and I can only create so many. So
Stargate.
I love it.
Totally
No,
fair.
It's fine. It's great.
There's nothing wrong with it. At all
I'm
whatsoever.
giddy with excitement. Sark just isn't
And that
oblivious to
was-
what's going on.
Limbo?
that one was Limbo.
Skjald is confused, but interested.
Okay.
John is super, super down.
I was very carefully looking through without ever crossing the plane of the door. Just walking around, back and forth around it, looking into the room.
Each and every room is identical.
Regardless of the name on it.
Regardless of the name on it.
Did anybody bother to share with us what these names mean?
Yeah, he said them as he was walking
No,
past.
no.
No,
we
what
know
they
what
are.
mean.
Like I rolled
We know
like
what the
shit
names
on
are.
it.
Yeah.
Oh.
We don't know they go anywhere.
We don't know that they go anywhere. We don't know that
I
there's
think
anywhere for them to
Patrice
go.
would motion. He was like, "Are these the out of planes?"
They've got to be. I read it when I was studying about,
I only know them from myth and legend.
yeah, like, where are we?
Powering on. Welcome
Somewhere
to
spooky.
Old Town Dancing.
That's all I.
What's
We
the
are
other
we are in the extraplanar research and development ruins is where we are.
Outer planes.
Ectoplane.
Oh, ectoplanar.
ectoplanar outer planes.
Come here.
I mean, that, if you're right, that makes these gates to planes.
It's fine. It's fine. Sorry, we missed some stuff. We had some technical issues. Keep going. Keep going.
These are the outer planes.
These are these mechanical gates to the planes?
What do you mean?
I pull out another set of rope real fast. Lay down pitons in front of a door, tie myself into it, and go, I don't know, jump through the doorway.
Which door are you going in?
How many on each side?
There's 8 on each
You
side.
gotta roll for this. You gotta roll for this somehow.
So, right side. Fourth door from where we entered.
It's the carcerai. Carcery.
Just the door frame. I'm not going through anything else at the moment. But I did tie myself to pitons before jumping through the door frame.
Sure. That's totally gonna change the outcome.
Enter into the room. Lights come on. The same pale blue light. And then inside that structure to the left, red lights come on.
That's new. I'll walk up to the structure and try and look inside it without touching the moment.
I'm holding the rope, right? Like, I'm waiting for some sort of noise to indicate that I need to pull Sark out.
That'll be a fun exercise for you.
So as you come up here,
I don't think I'm going to be able to do it.
the
I'm just the
window-
only one who's thought to do it.
kind of covers from here to here.
Okay.
And as you look in, can I get you to make a perception check, please?
Yep.
And as soon as Sark doesn't immediately disappear or die going through the door, I'm going to follow him.
Okay, perfect.
Without the rope.
It's a 16.
Okay. As you look in, you can see on both sides of the long walls are instrumentation. You've been around L enough to understand what's going on here. It is a level of technology that you've never seen, even in Tinkerman.
That's gonna be no, you walked in. Good. Hey, there's weird stuff in here.
And you see there's not a lot of activity going on. You see the occasional red light glowing on panels, but there's not much here.
Okay.
Skald turns to SOA and says, "Hey, you only live twice," and walks through the door.
Holy shit.
Wait. The door into the room?
Where they are.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. I'll follow him in.
As I'm going to be walking back and forth, looking at all of the readings and all the instrumentation, and just be, nobody touch anything in here.
Can I cast Detect Magic?
Sure.
Like,
Okay, I'll cast Detect Magic.
As you say that, Skald is like reaching for something. Is like,
So in typical Morgan flavor, how do you experience? I forgot to ask you this. How do you experience how do you experience it?
Okay, so it's visual this time.
Okay.
But if it's magical, there's little spiders on it.
Okay.
And the color of the spiders changes based on the school of magic.
Okay.
I love this so much.
So think about yours too.
I know how mine works.
So that was my bad. I usually try and ask earlier. These.
I came up with that like 20 minutes ago.
Nice.
By the way.
I love it.
So the spiders, as you watch them, are very jittery. They don't stay in a spot. They just kind of like vibrate, and they're white. You've never seen a white spider when you cast the spell before. Problem is there's more than one school of magic, and you remember the schools that L told you about the door. So you're getting.
I don't think I ever told anybody.
Did you
about
not tell anyone?
Oh,
I thought you did. So then you didn't hear it, but you're getting abjuration, transmutation, dunamancy, necromancy, and invention, plus some visual like sparkles around the main bodies of the spiders, of some lesser that you can't tell just because it's too quick. And the entirety of this space is covered in spiders.
Yeah, it's real magical in here.
Yeah. There's a lot of tech here that I've never seen anything like this before.
And it's like every school of magic. Not every, but like I list off all the schools of magic Morgan just said.
And that's the same as the door had and the key. That's not terribly surprising.
No, that makes sense.
So who's at the window right now?
Can I walk
To
Not Sid and I.
Oh, I see.
I'm currently retrieving my pitons and rope.
Sid-
I want to.
Sid-
I think Sid picked up the
I
rope.
want to walk
We're
out and
outside.
see what's going on out in the hall as well.
Hall seems to be the same. You see these two out there. You're out there right now,
I'm picking my
picking
stuff
everything up.
Where did the tracks lead?
I point down the hall that way.
Away from all these doors?
Just the same direction they've been going. This shit's weird. And it's old, and it's always been here, and that kind of scares me.
And yet, those who we pursue didn't stop to investigate.
Well, they either know something we don't, or they are uninterested in what's in here.
Who's still at the window?
If all of the instrumentation and stuff is by the window, then I am.
A little perception check for me, please.
That's a nat 1 for 3.
Okay. Cool.
No, for 2. Even better.
You're lost in the lights, bro.
Yeah.
What does this window look out onto? I'm sorry.
It looks into like a substructure that's been built into it. It looks like an observation.
And this is where the portal is?
No, it's where the lights are.
Where the lights are.
The portal's behind you if you're facing the window.
Gotcha.
We conduct the experiments from behind the glass.
Gotcha.
We're behind the glass right now.
Are we?
I think we're.
No.
No. You're on the other side.
Because the glass faces the stone structure.
Oh, okay.
So we're looking down into the gate room.
No, we're in the gate.
You're in the gate room.
Okay. So
Looking into the control room like
Yeah.
can I see if there's a door in there?
To
Like, is there a door either on our side going into the room on the other side of the glass?
Yeah. So as you walk past, kind of give you a visual reference. So door here.
Mm-hmm.
The door is over here.
Okay. I'm gonna go jiggle the handle.
It's open.
down and on the left.
I walk in.
Okay. Nothing changes. The same small number of red lights glow. Roll a D100 for me, please.
And as I'm walking around in there, I walk over to where Elle is staring down at the lights on the control panel or whatever the fuck this is, and I go, clink, clink, clink. You want to look at it from in here?
And he just looks out. What is it? Yeah.
72.
As you're walking, right after you tap on the window and you turn around, you kick something on the floor.
What am I kicking?
You see a small saucer. It's about
Like six.
6 to 8 inches diameter. Pretty flat, about an inch and a half thick. It's on the floor. There's a little bit of a raised lip on the outside of it.
I pick it up.
All right, as you pick it up, you're gonna hear something.
Cool.
Let's see if I can get this loud enough. I might have to just put this in.
Of the war. As we increase our work, we need to understand that possibly the end times into the We must find a way, if we are ever to expand the ecto... believe that we've been able to finally succeed at this. There's no one that could have understood our goals when we began this research. That we could reach the... down. We cannot keep it going. They're coming through. Oh, help us. Help us. There's... Oh my...
Okay.
Does Justie hear that?
Nope. So L and he hear it. Kind of like a spectral image pops out. You see
A help me Obi-Wan type thing?
Similar, but you see the closest thing that you can see in the modern comparison would be an Eldrin.
Okay.
But it's not quite the same.
Gotcha.
It's like kind of like a de-evolved version.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit more of the kind of like the seasonal, like almost like a vegetative kind of cast to the elven features.
Mm-hmm.
And you see someone in some sort of like frock from about the middle of the chest up, male, and then that's what you hear.
I'm just staring at the thing in my hand, and I just kind of like look over at Elle, and I'm like awkwardly hand it over.
He'll take it and go, we definitely shouldn't push any buttons in.
So as you look at it, you can see that there's a light that is flashing. You realize that you accidentally pressed it with your thumb.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm like, look, I'm not really into magic, so
I think this is only a little magic.
it's enough magic for me.
I'm gonna look around and see if I can find any other discs like this.
Nope.
Are there any shelves in here? Any
There,
filing cabinets?
There's
drawers?
there was. It looks like on the far ends of each of these control panels, like flat shelving where it looks like there's some possible, but it doesn't look like there's anything that was stored in here.
Okay. Are there any papers or anything? Parchments? Nothing.
Part of it too is the age probably didn't
everything's
help,
turned to dust.
but this is one of the few things that have survived.
Okay.
So I'm gonna drop that in my bag, and if all of these are the same kind of thing, I think any other similar records would probably be through the door on the other end. Also, I think that's where SOA was pointing for the drag marks, and that's where the money is.
Yeah, that's fair. I walk out of the control room.
Yeah.
And
So that's where we're going to leave off for this session.
all right.
And we'll pick up next time.
Oh.
So I learned how to do that
Yeah,
audio
pretty fucking
recording this week, and I needed to find a way to get something for Matt's game, and I was like, I'm going to do something for this game. So that was really, really fun.
Yeah,
So
that's really cool.
awesome. So thank you so much.
That are gonna upset Sark.
That was like, yeah, I was
I was
playing Doom. Did you? Were you playing
yeah,
Doom?
for sure.
We were all playing
Yeah,
Doom for about 30
I was
seconds
playing
there.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
I was playing Fear.
Yeah.
You know.
Fair.
So thank you everyone for joining us on this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to join us in the you can join the conversation. Instagram.com/campaign concoctions pod, anchor.fm/campaign concoctions. Find the links to the Discord, various ways there. We're gonna get more information, but hey, feel free to join us. Tell us what you think. And when this comes out, you'll have some character profiles, some drink stuff. So thank you so much for joining us. And then we'll see you next time.
See ya.